had an issue. I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't get a connection issue. It just said broadcasting stop. I'm using a what happened here? Are we back in session? No, hang on a sec. So apologies there. I'm not sure what happened. I got an unknown error on the PlayStation here for some reason. It didn't say anything about internet, didn't say anything about the game freezing. So I do apologize for that. We've had to move the stream to another one, and I was halfway through telling you what the competitors are getting. So maybe I'll stop talking about that, and we'll just talk about what's going on track at the moment. So Romaldo Labori is the leader at the moment by 0.3 of a second over Al-Khabaisi 90. MJK 307.4 is in second place. Now, what's going on here? Am I having a connection issue? Now, everything looks fine. So apologies there if you're joining us back from the original stream. I'm not sure what happened. It just the stream just fell over. Got unknown error on the PlayStation. It just stopped working. So I do apologise for that. And I know that was mid-sentence telling you about what was the honours or the prizes that you were getting if you won the championship. And I think we've lost a few of the viewers. So I do apologise. I'm just going to try and briefly fix this issue and see if I can figure out what on earth happened. We are sorry about this. We're just having I'm having a little bit of an issue, and I'm not sure why. I'm using a cabled connection as well, but yet it is still not functioning. 2 sec. So we're going now into the second race of the day, as we are about to start the second race here. There we go. Thank you very much. Shout out to whoever put that in the group chat. Patrick, thank you very much for putting the YouTube link there. Again, apologies if you're watching and you were watching the original stream but it just crashed. I don't know what happened, so apologies for that. But we are now racing for the second time, and as Al-Khabaisi 90 got an issue there because his car just went completely left. Yes, he does. I think we have a connection issue here because this shouldn't happen. The race is about to start, but half the drivers are all over the track. What is going on here? Do I have a connection issue, or do other drivers have a connection issue? Now, does this explain what's going on? Let's have a look further back. What is going on here? Now, we have 6 drivers. What has happened here to Andre and Al-Khabaisi 90? Neither of them are getting through the final corner. I think both of them have connection issues here. That's what's going on. Now, that is absolute disaster for these two here, because these two drivers are certainly two to watch. And, well, unfortunately, as the rules stipulate, we can't do anything about it. So we'll have to continue on here with Romaldo Labori out in front. Now, I wonder if this will bring out a yellow flag in that final corner, but that's absolutely disastrous for Al-Khabaisi 90 and Andre, because they don't get a chance to battle this man here, Romaldo Labori, for a race victory. And that was very, very strange, because Al-Khabaisi actually started on the front row of the grid. He was in second place in that Beetle, and then you just saw, as they started to roll, Romaldo Labori went forward, but then all of a sudden Al-Khabaisi 90's Beetle literally just went left. It went into the corner, and it looks like, have we got a car going the wrong direction? I think we might. Yes, we do. Andre's got the car going. Good stuff. Andre looks like to be having got the game going. Yes, he does. So that's good news. He's heading in the right direction. Apologies for that. It's Al-Khabaisi that's having the problem still. Has he got the car going? Yes, he does. That's great news for Al-Khabaisi 90. But at the same time, the leaders have almost completed an entire lap. Disastrous, absolutely disastrous, unfortunately, for both Al-Khabaisi 90 and Andre. These two are going to be in catch-up mode, but this man right here is loving it because that's taken at least two of his biggest rivals out, but he's still got six of them breathing behind his neck, although he's got quite a gap between himself and these two here. MGK 704 in the RCF and Alias R8, who's not behind the wheel of R8, he's in his Iron Brew FT1, who's now applying the pressure to MGK. He's going to look on the inside, brake as late as possible. Not quite. I think he knows that is the slowest part of the track here, and that's not where you want to try and make a move, because if you go off there, it's a big problem. And Alias, they're a bit loose there through that third corner, and that's lost him a little bit of ground to MGK 704. And but we're continuing on here, but unfortunately for this man here, Andre is in catch-up mode, as is this man here, Al-Khabaisi 90. Just, I can't believe it. Just, we had a flawless run last time, and it just happened. That's the only issue with these online sessions, is that you get disconnections. You don't get disconnections in real life, that's for sure, but you get them, unfortunately, when you do online championships. But the rules are the rules. We get to continue on as we are here now on lap number 2. Through sector 2 we go. Yes, we do. Through sector 2 now from Arden Labori in the Castrol liveried FT1, as he works his way pretty cleanly through at the moment. He's got a healthy lead between himself and the RCF now, 4.4 seconds. Then it's 1.3 seconds back to Alias R8. Ayadzab is about 6 seconds behind in the Mercedes AMG GT3 car. Then it's CIK 5 in the Toyota FT1 as well, 3 seconds back. Then we have Gaijin 71 also in a FT1. He's in 6th position, 2.7 seconds at the moment in 6th position. Then we have another FT1 of Andre Courier. Unfortunately, drama right at the beginning of the race for Andre, but the good thing is that he got going at least by the time they finished about half the lap. Not as bad as what happened here to Al-Khabaisi 90, unfortunately, in the Beetle, which again was very, very strange, and that unfortunately was a connection issue. Judging by what I've just seen in the chat, that it's quite frequent, and I think it's actually the problem of the game, not the drivers itself. No, so Kareshma, the top 8 will go into the semi-final, not the top 6. So basically everyone in the session, no matter where they finish, are going into the bag of drivers for the semi-final, and then they'll be scattered into either semi-final 1 or semi-final 2. So it's 8 drivers, not 6, at least according to what I have in front of me. I don't think they've changed the rules. Let's just double check that, because if I saw... No, that's not it. Exactly. Thank you very much, Hannibal 106, for confirming top 8 pass to the semis. That is indeed the case. The top 8 do go through into the semi-finals, which is scheduled to take place later on. So the good news is that for at least Al-Khabaisi and Andre is that they both will go into the final. Despite the connection issue, they still have a chance to be in our final overall. Hannibal, yes, you're right. In the semi-final, it's the top 6 that we choose that will go through into the final race of the 2 semi-finals. So the semi-finals, I think we have a total of how many drivers? Is it 8? No, I don't think it is. I think it's a little bit more than 8 drivers. But in the final, we'll have 12, I know that. So we have 8, so a total of 24. Is it going to 12 again as well? I think it does. Yes, it is. So it's 12 drivers in the semi-final. Thank you very much, Hannibal. As always, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask away in the chat. I will be able to assist you as best I can from my end, but of course, a lot of the stewards are watching the stream live and will be available to answer questions as well. Some may even send me discrepancies via WhatsApp. I know I got a few last time round. Did I get any this time? No, I haven't. But what's going on is that I'm not focusing what's on track at the moment because I'm focusing too much on other things. So let's go back to race leader Romano Labori, who is on the penultimate lap and is working his way through the hairpin. But let's have a look to see if we can find any battles. It doesn't look like there are many happening. But let's have a look at how it is in second place, because there is a battle here between MGK 704 and LES R8 as he tries to make a move on the inside, but the Lexus shuts the door through the chicane. Now can LES find a way through? Now the Toyota performs very well through Sector 3, as we see. The Porsche was the one that goes very well through Sector 1, but that Toyota stays very, very planted, especially in the last couple of corners. And there's LES, he flanks to the outside. He's got the inside line for the next corner. Yes, he does. This is where the hill, down we go, and into this very steep banked corner. Oh, they touch there through the corner, but all clean, no one's pushed off. I think that'll just be deemed a racing incident as LES R8 now into second place as we have a shift 4 position. MGK 704 in third place, but he hasn't lost a lot of ground, although he almost hits the wall there going through, what was that, one of the final corners, as we're now into the long hairpin here, and it's going to be, is it going to be a corner lunge for MGK 704 as we'll continue to stay with this battle here for second place. And two wheels on the grass is going to slow you down, but it hasn't slowed that Lexus down at all, as the Lexus is still there. 2 car lengths separate the two of them as they're through the final corner now for the penultimate time. Now across the line comes LES R8 in second place with MGK 704. Oh, they clatter into each other, they're going to take each other off. Oh, that was quite close there between them. Look, MGK 704 just broke far too late. The good thing is that he hasn't clattered Ali into the wall, but that's not going to settle too well with the stewards. They're going to definitely be looking into that, but that just looked like he braked far too late there, because of course what happens is that you go from one of the fastest parts of the track, you go through that long left-hander, you're going downhill, so you're gathering even more speed onto a straightaway, and then you're turning left and right into one of the slowest parts of the track, actually the slowest part of the track, which can be a real issue. I know I had real issues braking there, and if you're not watching your braking zone, you're going to clatter straight to the back of someone, and I think that's what's happened there. I just think he's too late on the brakes, but you know what, hats off to MGK, he gave the position back to LES R8. He didn't take it away from it, he didn't gun it down the road, he gave the position back. So good sportsmanship right there from the driver of the Lexus. There's Romano Labori, 7 seconds ahead. Is that 7.9 seconds? I think it is 7.9 seconds ahead of the rest of the field, and looks like it's going to be another comfortable win here for Romano Labori, of course championship leader here at the MSO Summer Series, as he works his way through now into Sector 3 on the final lap. But what's most important is what's going on here. It looks like LES R8's put a gap of at least 3 car lengths between himself and MGK 704. Let's go through the order. We haven't seen much of this man here, Ayad Azab, in his Mercedes AMG GT, running in 4th place. But about 5th place is CIK 5, who's under pressure from another Toyota FT1. There's the Martini liveried one, followed by the Red Bull liveried one, about, what, 3 car lengths. There is just spotted across line. Romano Labori is across line, so there's confirmation that Romano does take yet another win in the MSO Summer Series. LES R8 will come in 2nd place. MGK lost a lot of ground. Certainly a photo finish there across the line. Ayad Azab is 4th. CIK 5 will be 5th. As he's through the final corner now, is Gaijin 71 close enough to make a move? Not quite. As he takes a nice clean line through the final corner there of the 2 FT1s. A photo finish there indeed, as there is confirmation all across the line. Looks like 4 drivers weren't classified as finishing, but the good news is that they will all go into the bag of semi-finals. So that wraps up another race victory for Romano Labori, and again cementing him almost the man to beat in every single way. He's He's won races left, right and centre throughout the MSO Summer Series. I remember he won race 1, he won weekend 1 even, he won weekend number 3 as well. I'm pretty sure he won last time out as well. If it wasn't, it might have been ARC Dive Bomb who took the win. But let's now join the next session that we're going to jump into. It is Group 3. There he is. I wonder what that is. Is that free practice? Yes, it is. So that's where you find Ahmed JDM in his, what are we going to call it? Sagua? Yeah, we'll call it a Sagua because it's got the F-Type, but it's got a Subaru livery. It's got the WRC Subaru livery, which can be very, very confusing. But I know that he wanted to change cars, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to change cars. He'll have to stay in that car. So we now go into the third and final quarter-final, which again we're running ahead of schedule, which is amazing. As always, as we wait for the drivers to join the session, we wait for the stewards as well. Let's hop into spectator mode and let's keep an eye on things that are going on. So immediately I see right away, still 1, 2, 3, 4 is here. Great to see him back out. Quarter-final and semi-final race winner from a few weekends ago, but just hasn't been able to grab that final win. Now, can he do it in the Beetle this time round? Well, we'll have to wait and see, because the final is scheduled to take place at 6:45 p.m. local time here in the United Arab Emirates. And the good news is, I think I've just spotted that we have all 8 drivers in the session. I have 8 drivers here on the list. It looks like we're almost good to go. We're just waiting for a few of the stewards and officials to join the session, and this time I will try my best to get through the entirety of what our fantastic partners are going to give away without the internet falling over on my stream, because if it does, I'll be very, very cross with it. As of course, a big shout out to the Dubai Autodrome, the Yas Marina Circuit, and of course AUH Motorsports, our committed partners, for giving us some fantastic prizes to give away in the at the end of the 6th round. Of course, the highest score after all 6 rounds will be awarded the champion, and I think it's going to go the way of Ramal Labori, because he's almost uncatchable at the moment. The only way that he is going to not be catchable is if he just doesn't participate in round 6, but I doubt he will do that. I don't think he will just pull out at the last end. But anyway, if he is crowned champion, he walks away with a round of karting at Yas Marina Circuit, sponsored by the Abu Dhabi Motorsport or ADMM, excuse me. The instructor track session at Yas Marina Circuit is also part of that, sponsored by Abu Dhabi Motorsport Management, or ADMM as we said. Race license assessment sponsored by the Dubai Autodrome, and a 30-minute test session behind the wheel of a Renault Clio Cup car. Then that's provided by AUH Motorsport. If whoever comes in second, they'll walk away with a round of karting at Yas Marina Circuit, sponsored of course by ADMM, and an instructor track session at Yas Marina Circuit 2, also sponsored by the Abu Dhabi Motorsport or ADMM management, that is, Abu Dhabi Motorsport Management, and a Formula DXP experience sponsored by the Dubai Autodrome. A fantastic opportunity there to get behind the wheel of one of their single-seaters. The person that comes in third overall, well, they get a round of karting at the Yas Marina Circuit, of course sponsored by the Abu Dhabi Motorsport Management, and an Abarth 595 experience, which I've got to say is probably one of the best experiences the Dubai Autodrome has to offer. It's so much fun. It's unbelievably fun, that's for sure. I was very lucky to be given the chance from Al Gandhi Motors, who are the official dealer, National Auto, excuse me, who are the official dealer of Abarth vehicles in the United Arab Emirates, and they provided me with an experience once, and it was an absolutely incredible experience. I urge you all to go if you don't come in third. If you do come in third, you get it for free. But if you don't, you can head over to the Autodrome and you can pick yourself up a package. It is so much fun. Rami is in the chat. I see Rami Azam is here. He was... he has been present for a while in the championship, and I think we won't see him out until round 6. So Rami, great to see that you're here supporting. I know that you're supporting Andre, but Andre didn't do too well, unfortunately, due to a technical issue. But it looks like we're getting the qualifier underway, and again, as we said, we're ahead of schedule, which is always a good thing. Zidane, hey man, welcome to the chat. Shamoon Bali, welcome as well. I guess someone's going to have an M&M liveried car, judging by that, because I think that was a small teaser telling me what's to come. And I've just spotted, is that someone using... Oh, there we go, found the M&M's liveried car immediately. That's the Lexus RCF of Silver 1234, is it? No, it's not. Who is that? The Shimano 7, excuse me, that has the M&M liveried Lexus, but who has the Peugeot? Is it a Citroen? Now this is going to take me a while to get through. There's an FT1 of PDD 654, so even he swapped over because Patrick used to use a 911 throughout every race, but I see he's now using he's using the Toyota because the Toyota seems to be the car best suited for this track. Now, there is Maritza Racing. No, it's not. It's Sagan 16. I pressed 1. I don't know why it took me to 6th place, but anyway. Silver 1, 2, 3, 4. He's stuck with the Beetle through and through. There is Abdul Ghaffar. What's he using? Is that the Renault concept? Yes, it is. No, it's not. It's a Volkswagen that's got no roof. Is that a Scirocco Group 3 car? My God, that looks cool. God, some of these prototype cars they have in here look amazing that they do for Group 3. Granted, that would never pass FIA approval because it's got no roof, but that looks absolutely incredible, doesn't it? But it's a GTI trim, so it'd actually be a Golf, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be a Scirocco. Oh, it is a GTI concept, thank you, Rami. But very, very cool car indeed. I actually thought it was the Peugeot or the Citroen when I first saw the rear end of it. Very, very cool car indeed. Okay, got to fixate on other drivers here because we've got quite a few of them. We've got 8 drivers in total. Great to see that we do have at least one Nissan out there. That's the first Nissan we've seen so far. Hi, Vafi. That's Vafi Khan, who's behind the wheel, a motorcycle racer here who races in the UAE National Superbike Championship. Here at the Dubai Autodrome. Let's see who else we got here. Maritza, he's in the FT1. Oh, I went to Maritza and for some reason I went somewhere else. Maritza is here in the Audi R8. That's Alexandros Anivas behind the wheel, racing the Clio Cup here for a few years in the UAE, the NGK UAE Pro Car Championship. Multiple time winner in that championship. He races in the TCR category here in the same series for behind the wheel of a Seat or a Cupra TCR car. He also is very prominent here on the karting scene as well. So any racing you see here, basically Alexandros Anivas is pretty much there. And he of course is Maritza. He's the man that's running in the Audi R8 at the moment. Then we go down to Patrick Di Battista in the Toyota FT1. It's PDD 654. Now this is a man to watch here because he doesn't do much in the opening laps and he just sort of bides his time, just goes through nice cleanly, and then all of a sudden at the last minute he usually just pounces and he takes a win away from someone. Absolutely phenomenal how he does that, but that's a man to watch there. And it's interesting to see that he swapped from the 911 to the Toyota. As we said, the Toyota is the car to beat here. Then we have a Lexus, the M&M liveried Lexus of Shimano 7. And then he's followed by the GTI concept of Abdul Ghaffar. Now I definitely know this is the first time I have seen any of these concept cars being raced in the EMSO Summer Series, and it's great to see that someone is actually using one. And that, like Rami said in the chat, that is the GTI concept. Danny Boy 91, he's in a 911 RSR. It looks like he's got the official livery that they use in real life racing. That's the very simple and clean white, red and black livery. Has they got a spot of grey as well? Is there a grey livery there too? Yes, I think there is a grey stripe above it. Then we have Silver 1, 2, 3, 4. He's stuck with his Caterpillar Beetle Group 3 car with a 24 that looks very reminiscent of Jeff Gordon's NASCAR 24 there on the side there. Was the left quarter panel. Oh, is it left or right? Oh, it's whatever. It's the rear quarter panel just behind the door, just in front of the wheel arch. And then, last but not least, we have one other driver. It's Sagan 16 in his Porsche 911. Now, let's see what the fastest lap of the race is, because that goes the way of Patrick Di Battista in the car to beat. It's a Toyota FT1. That is the car that you need to beat here this weekend. If you chose any other car, unfortunately, I think you may have chose the wrong car, because you need this car, because everyone who's won so far, round 1, round 2, both FT1s. Actually, sorry, wait, no, it wasn't actually. Round 1 was a Porsche 911, wasn't it? The FT1 round 1 race 2, although in the first race the FT1 did prove to be the car to beat up until the final few corners, but CIK put a fantastic move on the race leader at the time. That was Mohammed Zubair, actually, who was in the lead of the race, and through the last couple of corners that Porsche 911 of CIK just strike that Toyota, got through, and off he went, and it was almost clattering into one another. at the line, but there is PDD 654 Apache Di Battista, who is out in front at the moment by, I think that's 0.36 by the looks of it, so not a massive margin. Indeed it is 0.036, so 0.003 of a second is the gap between the FT1 and the Audi R8, and Maritza here, who's in second place. Then down in third is the Porsche 911. So this is the first time we've actually had 3 different cars in the top 3 instead of just 2. So we've got the FT1, we've got the Audi, and then we have the R8. Now, do we have a 4th different car? Yes, we do, as provisionally for the time being, Silver 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Beetle is in 4th place, and then Haggers Vafi, or Vafi Khan, is in 5th position for the time being, and that is the end of the session for some of our drivers, but there are a few more that have still yet to come across the line. Now, it looks like there's no room for improvement anyway, because no one got across the line. Does anyone improve at the last minute? No, they don't for now. There is one driver left to come through. I think that's everyone's come through, haven't they? Yes, indeed it has. So the qualifier has ended. There is the order. It is Patrick Di Battista and Alexandros Anivas on the front row of the grid. We start with a Toyota. Yes, a Toyota of Patrick Di Battista. Sorry, I'm so used to having him in a Porsche. And the Audi, there it is. Left-hand side of your screen is the FT1 Supra. And then on the right-hand side, actually it says it's a GR Supra racing concept, although it looks very similar to the FT1. So I do apologise for that. It's actually a Supra. It's listed as it is in the game, so we'll just call it Supra for now on. So Supra on the left-hand side of your screen. Right-hand side of your screen is the Audi R8. Just a little bit up there is the Porsche 911 as Sagan 16. And to your far right, you just see the Beetle there as Silver 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyone got any connection issues? Not quite. Let's look a little bit further back. No, it looks like everyone's got a nice and stable internet connection this time round. As we work our way through the corner, 3 seconds to go. Green flag now for the FT1. We're racing here for the 3rd time. This is heat race number 3, qualifying the 3rd and final quarter-final here, as into the slowest corner we go. Patrick Di Battista using a little bit too much of the grass there through, but he's not gone off, which is good, and he's not lost a lot of ground to Maritza as he starts to bundle up now through the first couple of corners. As Patrick Di Battista not been able to shake Maritza just yet, and the battle is already on for the lead of the race as through we go now through sector 1. Now, if you've been with us throughout both streams that we've had today already, someone's already got a penalty further down the field. That is this man here, Vafi Khan, has got a penalty. He's already got a 2nd penalty. Vafi, how have you done that? How have you got yourself a 2nd penalty already? Oh, someone's gone off as well. Who's that that's gone off? Is that Abdul Ghaffar? No, it's not. It's Maritza. It's the Audi R8 that's gone off already. What happened to Alexandros Anivas? I think he tried to make a move and it just didn't pay off. Has he got any damage to the front end there? Yes, he does. He's got a little bit of damage. He's got a little bit of damage there to the right front. I don't know if you can quite catch a glimpse of it there. You can just see there's some paint damage on the car. So has he got in contact with the back bumper of someone, or has he just clattered the wall? Someone got a bit too close. Well, only time will tell. There's the red mist has already descended on Maritza, because here he comes now. He's going side by side with the Porsche through the corner. Nope, thinks better of it. Maritza backs out the last second there. Very, very tight line there through the corner. Now, can he work his way past Danny Boy 91? Let's go back up front with PDD 654 Patrick Di Battista, who is out in front by 1.5 seconds over Sagan 16 in the Porsche 911. But the Beetle is now in 3rd place as we work our way through here on the very, very first lap. Now, who's got a penalty? Oh, still Vafi Khan that has that penalty there in the Nissan GTR, as Maritz has worked his way now into 7th position as through the final corner now we go. Like we said here, this is probably the fastest part of the track here, because not only have you got a long straight, you've also got a long wind downhill. Yes, you're going around a corner, still you're picking up a lot of speed going through there, and then you're immediately into one of the slowest corners of the track here as Silver 123 tries to go around the outside and the Beetle, and the Porsche almost clatters into him, and it looks like too much grass there for the Porsche, and Silver 1234 is snuck in on the inside, and that's the Beetle. He's made that move stick pretty much nice and cleanly, but the Porsche's battling back now. Do they lean on each other? Just about. You could just, I think, slot about an A4 piece of paper through the two of them there. That's how close the gap is between these two as the battle is on for 2nd place. Sagan has the inside line here through the right-hander. Silver is hung out to dry, but he's going to try and get the switch back here. Can he make the move stick? No, he can't, but he's going to try and attack now through the right-hander. The wheels are almost clattering there through the corner, up the hill, and down now into the left-hander they go. Can Silver get the comeback? Not quite. Can't find a way through. as he continues on, and we'll continue here with the battle, but let's see what's happening a little bit further back. There's Vafikan. He's dropped back a little bit to bring that gap penalty down to about 0.8 of a second. It was a second not too long ago, but Maritza here, as you said, the red mist has descended in that driver on the R8. Not sure what happened, but pretty much into corner 4 he was spun out, and he's catching up, and he's catching up quite fast as well, as Samoon 07's going to look on the inside. Ooh, that's a close one there, as he gets the move back though. Good job there from the Lexus driver, and he takes away the position from Maritza in the Audi, but the Audi is going to strike again soon, as here he is on the right hand. Can he do it? They lean on each other through the corner. Ooh, I don't know what the stewards are going to think about that, but it looks like they stayed off each other. I think it's just, it just looks like from what is in the game, but they did, I mean, in all fairness, they were leaning each other. It was quite close, but they've done a great job to keep each other both on track, as Maritza gets a little bit loose there through the corner. Just steps out on the soft stuff, just a little bit of traction there on the left hand side, or the right hand side of the car, because you see it for the left hand side because of the screen orientation. And Shamoon has been given a penalty. He's got 1 second penalty. Now what's that been applied for? We don't know, as Abdul Ghaffar and the GTI concept is behind him. Lots of wind rushing through his hair, that's for sure, but the helmet will be blocking it. But nonetheless, great to see a GTI concept being used here. Now I wonder if I can get, or I can figure out, why Shamoon 07 has got that penalty, because I don't think he was the one that was leaning on anyone, unless it's for that dive that he did through the corner, because he did use a little bit too much of the corner than he should have going past Maritza. Let's go back up front to this battle here between Second 16, the Porsche and the Beetle. Now Silber, these two have been battling for quite some time now. It's actually been almost a lap have these two been basically arguing over who should be second for the time being. Now, let's see, is there anyone that's given me any information? Ooh. Apologies there, just checking up to see if there's anything to notify you of. Not quite, as we're about through the halfway stage now of the race here. Rami, yeah, indeed, I think you're right. He did get a little bit loose there and was on the brakes a bit too late. I think that's why that penalty's been applied to Shamoon 07. Dominic, don't make me hungry now. I'm gonna have to order crispy peanuts now from the shop. Not a big fan of the peanut. Originals are right, but I really like those crispy ones. That's for sure. I guess that's how advertising works. You keep talking about it, you keep seeing it. You want to buy M&Ms now. But does that mean that if I focus on this, that I'm going to go and buy shoes? Do I want to buy a pair of Caterpillars? Or do I want to buy heavy machinery? Only time will tell. As there is the man that's in third place. The reason we said that is because he's got Caterpillar livery on the side of the car. So after this, of course, I'm going to go online and find myself some heavy-duty machinery. As we now, let's go back to Maritza here, and he's climbed his way very fast up the order, now up into 4th place, as he's gotten past Vafi Khan in the Nissan GTR. Vafi there, very wide corner there through there, using as much track as possible there, very late on the brakes, as is the Abdul Ghaffar as well in the GTI concept. But Maritza, yeah, this is certainly a man to watch here, is Alexandros Anivas, as he's carving his way through the field. Can he catch these two here, Second 16 and Silber 1234? What's the gap between the two? 4.4 seconds. You could just see out of shot there. You just saw the Audi creeping through about 2 corners behind. Dominic, don't say that. Now I'm going to have to go to the shop and buy M&M crispy peanuts. Crispy peanuts. No, it's chocolate. It's crispy chocolate. God, my brain doesn't work half the time here. But the battle is on here for second place, as Silver's going to try around the outside. Can he make the move stick? They stay off each other. Great racing here between these two. Who gets the line off the corner? It is Silver 1234 that just slots right in front of Second 16. And it looks like he's made the move stick. Or has he? Because here comes the Porsche immediately. Is he going to answer back through these corners? He's going to try now. He's got the inside line going into the right-hander. Come on, camera, flick over. Yes, he does. Side-by-side through once again for a Second 16 in the 911. And he takes the move back after 2 corners. Great stuff here from these two. They've stayed off each other, which is great to see. They haven't taken each other out, and they've been battling since lap 1, and they're going to battle throughout the race, because they're about to start lap number 5, the final lap here, and it's going to be a drag race across the line. Who will be in second place on lap number 4? Who is it going to be? It's going to be Sagan by what, a bumper, I'm pretty sure, but Silva has the inside line here. Sagan tries to brake as late as possible, as the Silva though, and the brakes on that Beetle are fantastic. In that Group 3, it's a shame Beetle Volkswagen never built that thing, because that thing is fantastic in Group 3. As we continue to watch this battle here, let's see if there are any battles. Let's see actually what the Maritza situation is. Here he is now. How far back is he? Oh, he's one corner behind. He's on the same straightaway, so he's looking at what's happening ahead and thinking, I need these two to start bumping and banging a bit more so that I can catch up and I can take second position away. That's what Maritza thinks there, because I think he could have taken the win if he didn't go off at the beginning. Here's Vafi Khan. His penalty seemed to have extended ever so slightly there, and he's got a nice little cute Deadpool there on the left hand side of his car, with the eyes of the GTR serving as the eyes of Deadpool. There you go, they light up. That's quite funny, that actually. Abdul Ghaffar is in the GTI Concept. He sits in 6th position. Shimano 7 in the Lexus. He's got 0.2 of a second penalty looming over his head in the M&M's Peanut car, because the M&M Peanut ones are yellow, isn't it? So he should have a blue livery. That's what he did wrong. He needs a blue livery, not a yellow one. And then at the back of the field is Danny Boy 91 in the Porsche 911. But where is race leader? Where is Patch Di Battista? He is working his way through sector 3 right now, and he's got quite a comfortable gap of 3.7 seconds. Not as comfortable as, say, Romaldo Labori's was a few laps ago, but Patrick's is comfortable nonetheless. He's got 4 seconds now between himself and Silva 1, 2, 3, 4 and Sagan 16. As through the final corner comes Patrick Di Battista, he's going to get another win here as part of the MSO Summer Series, and there it is. He wins, but who is in second? It looks like it will be Silva at the line. Does Sagan have enough time? No, he doesn't, and that's the gap for second place. 1, 2, 3, 4 in second, Sagan 16 in third, Alexander Sanivas in fourth in the Audi R8 was second, went down to 8th, and at 4th at line. Great effort from Alexander Sanivas. Vafi Khan across line in 5th. Despite his penalty, does he stay there? Yes, he does. 6th at line is Abdul Ghaffar. 7th I didn't quite see, and Danny Boy 91 is at the back of the grid. So it's Shimano 7 that was in 7th position. That wraps it up. Fantastic. Lights to flag victory. He got all 3 stars. Amazing. Good job, Patrick. That was quite a race. So we'll move on now to our first of the semi-finals. As we said, all of the 8 drivers from all 3 races are going through. We didn't have any extra drivers, we didn't have any drivers missing, so everyone goes through, everyone gets a chance to be in the final. So now let's join the lobby of the semi-finals, and I must say, we're on the ball here this weekend like we were last time out. We have the rooms ready to go immediately, which is always great to see. So it looks like we're waiting for 5 drivers to make their way into the semi-final. And let's see. Yes, nothing to report as of yet. So that wraps up the quarter-final races. We now work our way. We're not walking our way, we're working our way into the first of the semi-finals as Patrick Di Battista immediately joins the session. So he's going to have to go for 2 wins for 2. If he can. It's going to be quite a tough ask, but if any man could do it, I believe Patrick is one of them that can. So in the session so far, we have Al Mahari 22 in his very vibrant liveried Porsche 911 RSR. In second place on the grid, just for the time being, we have Iyad Izab in his AMG GT3. And Rami, I agree with you, Alex's recovery there was fantastic. Great effort from 2nd to 8th, back to 4th. Great recovery effort, Alex, fantastic. Can't wait to see more of it from Maritza. Let's see who else we've got this session. That's it for the time being. We've got 2 cars. Oh, we've got 3. We've got Aiko Saig, the first quarter-final race winner. Then we have Guy Jin 71 in his Nissan GTR. Now it looks like, interesting, I saw a note saying that we're not allowed to change cars, but that certainly looks like a car change, because Guy Jin had the Red Bull liveried FT, the Supra in his race. Now he has a Nissan GTR. interesting with a very vibrant livery. He's still got an energy drink sponsor on it, so I wonder if that will work. But hey, he's got a different car. Alias R8 is here in his Iron Brew Supra. Great to see his Iron Brew Supra. So now I got to go out and buy crispy M&Ms, and I have to go buy an Iron Brew. Great. Today is going to be a very, very fun adventure after this. Patrick Di Battista's in the session with his race-winning Supra. Then we have Sigon 16 in his third-placed Porsche 911 in the previous quarter-final we just had. Who else have we got in the session? We've got a Subaru. That's not the Sagua, unfortunately, or whatever we were calling it. I can't remember. I think it was the Sagua we called it. There's Alcabaisi 90 in the Beetle. Hopefully has a better connection to the session this time round. Dominic, for some reason, has left the session, so we've lost one of our stewards. We'll have to wait till he comes back. That is... who's that in the pit lane? Let's get that up. There's Vishal 34 in his Subaru. Is that all we have now? We should have 12 drivers. Yes, so we're waiting for 2 drivers to join the session, because we should have a total of 12. As you said, a very mixed bag of drivers that we've taken from quarterfinals 1, 2 and 3. We've taken the top 8 from all of them, throw them into a mix, throw them into the bag, and we've divided them up into 2 sessions. So we've got 24 drivers in total, 2 sessions of 12, and then we determine who will be in the final. So the top 6 from this race will go into our last race. So if the race were to end now, it would be ATCUAE who goes into the final. Al Mahari 22, Ayad Izab, Gaijin 71, Alias R8, and Patrick Di Battista. But we haven't had the race yet, so we have to wait and see who our top 6 will be. And we might have to wait a while, because so we're waiting just for 2 drivers to join the session. As we said, we are ahead of schedule, which is always great to have, because it gives us time to adjust, and if we need to, we can wait for the drivers to join. And of course, a huge shout out to our committed partners at AUH Motorsport, the Dubai Autodrome, and of course the Yas Marina Circuit as well. A huge shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for being committed partners here for the EMSO Summer Series. I can't believe we're already in round 5. Where have the previous rounds gone? They've gone on our YouTube channel, so you can check them out right there. Well, at least you can check out 1 through 1, 2, 3 and 4, and of course now 5, if you want to rewatch some of the fantastic action that we've had live. Have we had... it looks like we haven't had one driver show up. We haven't had Sean Simpson in any of the sessions yet, so I don't think he made it into any of the sessions, which is unfortunate, because of course races in the Gulf Radical Cup here. But oh well, I mean, it is a Friday. A lot of things can get in your way on a Friday. It's usually a day to spend time with your family. As I think we're just waiting. Have we got more drivers in the session? We do indeed. We have one of the drivers. So we've got ARC Dive Bomb in the session. Who are we waiting for now? Have we got 12 drivers? Not quite yet. As the Subaru Vishal 34 works its way out, who are we missing from the session here? Have I got any updates on my phone? Have I got any? Not quite. Let's see if I can name and shame somebody. Yes, and I see Guy Jin has been asked to change his car from the stewards. So, as I said, I picked up before that one of the drivers requested to change cars, and then one of the officials said no. So they have been asked to change their car. Oh, what's going on here? Shamuno 7 is having an issue joining, so I think the M&M livery car is the Lexus that we're missing. That is why. Now, are we still missing Shamoon? And where is Gaijin 71? I can confirm that he's still behind the wheel of the Nissan GTR. Shamoon is still having an issue joining the session, so do bear with us as we're waiting for one final driver. To join the session. I think we're waiting for a driver as well to change cars. So do bear with us here. Of course, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. As we said, we'll keep the stream going as long as possible. Last time I think we had it up for about 3 hours or something like that. We will continue on as we can. And hopefully the the stream will stay active because unfortunately it fell over in the previous round, which was a real headache because it caused us some issues here, but it's sorted, which is always the best thing out. If you, of course, want to learn more about the championship, head on over to the EMSO website, emso.ae. That's emso.ae, and you can find out more about this amazing championship. We do only have one round left in the championship, but if you are interested in participating in the round, if you didn't make it for this one and you want to join round 6 just for funsies, because it's a great championship, it's a lot of fun, I can tell you that. All you have to do is head on over to the EMSO website, that's emso.ae, and sign up for a digital race license. Once you've obtained that, by the way, you need a valid Emirates ID to do so. Once you've got that, you're ready to go. That's all you need to do, and all you have to do is register at least 2 weeks before the event starts. So if in 2 weeks time we have our final, registration should open from tomorrow. You want to get on the board and you want to apply immediately so you're in race number 6. That's going to take place in 2 weeks time. That will be September 4th 2020. And what is going on here? I still see that there is still a discrepancy with... We are still struggling to get one of the drivers in because unfortunately apparently the lobby is full. I don't know, is it full? Let's... Mega Shark, that's a really good question actually. We haven't had many of the big tracks, tracks on it. I think we had Laguna Seca actually at some point. Yes, we did. We had Laguna Seca because I remember the corkscrew vividly. Not sure why. I think maybe for the last round actually we might have Spa, because that would be a fantastic way to end the championship. What would be even better actually is if we could have a local track like say the Yas Marina or the Autodrome. That would be amazing, but unfortunately Gran Turismo does not support those two tracks. So do stay tuned, Mega Shark, because we might have something in store for you for the final round. We might have an epic conclusion. We might have an epic grand finale on one of the greatest racetracks in the world. So do bear with us. We're still having an issue with one of the drivers who can't unfortunately join the session for an unknown reason, and I was going to do my own, sorry about that, I was going to do my own little research. So let's just hop out of the spectating thing. We can see here on the right hand side how many we've got. It says there's one space left, but for some unknown reason we can't have the driver join the session, and that of course is the M&M livery car. Oh, we've lost somebody. Who's that that's left? That's Dominic has left the session. One of our stewards has gone. I don't want to change car. I want to spectate. Oh, we have our final driver. Yes, indeed we do. Does that mean now can we get our steward in? Yes, we have. So it looks like we can get ready to go. Good stuff there. We've managed to sort the issue out and we are ready to go racing as soon as possible. Go away. I don't want that mini screen. What I want though is that on the left hand side of the screen. What's going on here? Where's my controller going? There we go. Put that there. So if you just joined us, welcome to the EMSO Summer Series Round 5. This of course is the penultimate round of the championship, because round 6 will take place in 2 weeks time, and this of course is our first of our semi-finals. 12 drivers who have qualified for this are now going to go head-to-head in a 5-minute qualifying session to set the field, and then they'll do a 7-lap race here around this Italian track. We'll start in 60 seconds. Well, as soon as you see the qualifier starting on screen, you'll just see 5 seconds to go, and that'll be the qualifying session underway as we just try and get a bit more comfortable here. We're just looking at Aiko Seig here. He was the qualifier. He was the heat race winner the quarterfinal race winner, the first winner we had today. A fantastic last lap move, going through the last couple of corners. It was a nail biter all the way to the end. So it looks like the session is about to start. Yes, indeed it is. Here we go. We're going to set the field now for our first semi-final, and of course this will be the first time we have to eliminate drivers, and we're going to eliminate 6 drivers. Our top 6 at the end of our 7-lap race will go through into the final of the day, but we'll have to wait and see who those top 6 are. And I'd like to choose the top 6. I can't. I really honestly can't. I can probably pick maybe 1 or 2 drivers, but racing is racing and online racing is online racing. Anything and everything can happen, and we've already seen a few things happen in the past. We've heard controllers disconnecting, steering wheels breaking, internet connections dropping, stream dropping, you name it, it's probably happened. So I'm not going to say who's going to win yet. I don't want to jinx anyone. We're just going to have to wait and find out. One of them could potentially be Patrick Di Battista here in his Toyota FT1. One of them could certainly be this Beetle right here that we see of ATCUAE 90 once the camera flicks over to see him, instead of giving us a nice shot of the downhill run there, as there is ATCUAE in his Beetle with his Abu Dhabi plate. Now I wonder actually if that's the same plate he has on his own car, because if he has, it's a very, very interesting move to make in his Volkswagen Beetle. Then we have ATCUAE. He is here in the session. He is he's a winner already today. He won the first quarter-final. He's a winner here as well, Patrick Di Battista, in his FT1. He won the 3rd heat race not too long ago. Actually, literally, that was minutes ago, come to think of it. Vishal 34 is here in the Subaru. That's the only Subaru on track. Then we have Gaijin 71, who originally entered the session with a Nissan GTR, and he swapped back to his original Toyota FT1, because see, there's now a rule in place to keep the same cars that you started in, which I agree with the steward's decision to do that, because we saw a mix of cars, a mix of drivers choose different cars, because some of them were testing the water, seeing which car could potentially perform better than others, which gave them a slight advantage, because they could choose, if they saw a car that was better than them, they could hop behind the wheel of that car. Then we have Alias R8 in the FT1 Supra, liveried with the Iron Brew livery. Oh, excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. And we have Sagon 16 in his Porsche 911 with that beautiful black and yellow livery. I've got to say, it's one of the nicer liveries out there on track. Then we have Ayad Azab in his AMG GT3 with Shimano 7 in his M&M's car, which is making us very, very hungry here. Then we have ARC Dive Bomb in his Toyota FT1. He was almost a race winner if it wasn't for ATCUAE. He could have won the first quarter-final. Then we have ATCUAE 90, as we said, we looked at him before already in his Beetle, and Almaheri 22 in his very vibrant green Porsche 911. And those are your 12 drivers in the session. One of them has put a time in already. Nope, I was wrong about that, because ATCUAE will be the first to put a time in, and he'll have the time to beat. So let's stay with him and see what that time will be when he comes through, because now he's working his way through Sector 2, now into the right-hander, and he'll be across this timing beacon into Sector 3. He is going pretty fast now as he works his way through. And actually, we've got 4 sectors here, not 3 by the looks of it. It's working our way now through the couple of corners. Let's see what the first time to beat is. On his flying lap, he did a 2:05.550. Man, I'm ashamed of myself, because that's my fastest lap of the race of the day personally. A 2:05.2 I think I got. God, I'm bad at this game. I'm very bad at this game, but ATCUAE certainly isn't. He's got a 1:54.779. That's the time to beat so far. Let's see what PDD654 can do when he's across the line. It's a 1:56.405. Not quite. Alias R8 goes into second place on 16. Now we're starting to see where the drivers are positioning themselves. Alias R8 is in second, and he's pulling over. Now I wonder if he's going to try and do one of these strategic moves, or has he got an issue? I wonder. Nope, he's got the car going. I think he was just looking for a gap in the traffic so that he could potentially give himself some clean air in front and behind him. No, he hasn't. He's gone into the pit lane. Oh, interesting. So instead of waiting for a gap in the traffic, he's come out in front of Al-Maheri 22, and he's going to try and basically put a gap between himself. Oh, he's going to really push it now. I don't think he can do it, actually, because he hasn't got enough time. I don't think actually anyone has enough time to complete another lap, do they? Oh, yes, they do, because we've got that sort of a time extension of 2:21. So that's a very, very interesting strategy there from Ali SR8. I would have thought of him to continue on. I don't know why he's done that. Very, very interesting. Maybe you can answer that when he's watching semi-final 2, and if we find out for you, we'll let you know. But here is the man to beat ATCUAE with the 154.779. Yeah, Rami, I agree with you there. It was a very strange move. He doesn't have enough time to complete a lap, and of course with the pit lane speed, he's not exactly got any speed. It would have been more beneficial to actually continue on through the corner instead of stopping on the side of the road. But he tried it. It didn't work. He's still in third for now, because he's lost out to Al-Khabaisi. It looks like Ali RS, someone else has pulled over. Can ATCUAE put a faster lap time in? Can he do it across the line? Oh, 0.2 of a second slower that time. Where's Al-Khabaisi? How close is he to completing another lap? There you go. There's the reason why Alistair made a mistake. Thanks, Alistair, for confirming. Just thought it was a little bit of a strange tactic, but at least you're still third for now provisionally, as Al-Khabaisi 90 is working his way through the final sector, as are a few other drivers. No change of position just yet anywhere. So Alistair, it looks like you're still good for third place for the time being. I say that, and ARC Dive-Bomb goes immediately into third place. Can Al-Khabaisi be on the front row of the grid? Oh, he's still there by 0.3 of a second. Wow, he oh no, he didn't improve there at all. Unfortunately, he actually went slower. He went 0.4 of a second slower. I thought he improved, but he went 0.4 of a second slower. Still, he is on the front row of the grid in the lineup in second place, with ATCUAE on the front row, or the front row of the grid. Of course he's front of the grid, because he's got pole position, hasn't he? Al-Khabaisi will line up in second, ARC Dive-Bomb will line up in third, and then we'll have the Iron Brew liveried Supra in fourth. Patrick Di Battista in a Toyota will be in fifth as well, so I think there's 4 Toyotas in the top 5. No, sorry, 3 Toyotas in the top 5. ARC Dive-Bomb, Alias, and Patrick Di Battista all running in the Supras. And then, is it another Supra? No, it's not. It's a Porsche. Then we have the Subaru. No, actually, the Subaru's much further down the order. But this is the man that will be on pole position, and that's the end of the qualifying session. There's official confirmation of the results. And we're wasting no time whatsoever. Amazing. We're going straight into the race here for semi-final number 1. So this is now where we eliminate 6 drivers. But who will it be? I don't think it'll be the man there on the left-hand side of your screen, and I don't think it'll be the man there on the right-hand side of your screen. But online racing is online racing, and there's confirmation. You see 3 of the GR Supras in the top 5. It is certainly the car to beat here this weekend. As about to get underway here for the rolling start, and they start on the incline there. As we said, one of the fastest corners of the track here, because not only is it a long left-hander, you're also going downhill, which will only add to the speed here, as there is ATCUAE. Let's watch it from a little bit further back. Oh, connection issues. Oh no, this is disaster for the man that started in second place, Al-Khabaisi. I cannot believe it. I feel absolutely terrible for Al-Khabaisi there. This is the second time it's happened, and unfortunately he's the only one to have the issue. He's going to be absolutely livid in that car. But for ATCUAE, he's got a massive gap between himself and the man that's in second place, which is now ARC Dive-Bomb. Aliar SR8 there in third. Patrick Di Battista is 4th, 5th position is in 16, so no movers anywhere. But again, someone's picked up a penalty immediately. And who's it that's picked up the penalty? It's Gaijin 71 in the FT1, and I can't. Oh, I feel so bad for Al-Khabaisi 90. Just the connection there is just so shoddy, and it went flawlessly for him in the qualifying, and unfortunately, as soon as the race started, I don't know what to say. It's heartbreak there, unfortunately, for Al-Khabaisi. We continue on here though with ATCUAE leading, and he's got quite a gap. My goodness me, he's got a gap indeed. Not 3 car lengths, about 7 car lengths. There's a whole intersection between himself and ARC Dive-Bomb, the leading Toyota now is ARC Dive-Bomb. Well, he qualified in third, so he was technically the leading one then anyway, but he is the leading one now after half a lap. Alias R8 lines up in third, then it is in... he's got it going. Al-Kabaisi has got his car going. But wow, has he got a lot of ground to cover up. He's going to need everybody in front of him to start toppling over each other if he's got a chance. But my goodness, heartbreak here for this driver, the Emirati there. Unfortunately, a connection issue again. Great to see he's got going, but can't say anything really. Rules are rules, unfortunately. That's how it works. Looks like ARC Dive-Bomb still up in second place. I thought Alias R8 got through. Patrick Di Battista's picked up a penalty for 1 second. Not sure why that's happened. Hopefully one of the stewards can inform me why that has happened, if they have a close eye on that action. But unfortunately, what now? That's dropping down to 0.8 of a second. As we continue on here with ATCUAE continue to lead by how much? He's leading by 3.4 seconds. Then it's ARC Dive-Bomb in second with a 1.2 second gap now between himself and Alias R8. Third place is Alias R8, then it is the third of the Toyotas here. It's Patrick Di Battista with a 0.9 of a second penalty looming over his head. Sagan 16 is fifth in the Porsche 911. Then we have Vafi Khan, no penalty to say here for the Nissan GTR driver. Then it's Guy Jin, so anyone who tried to pull a fast one of the stewards, and he's got a penalty, unfortunately. 1.8 seconds, wow, that's massive. What's he done to deserve that? No clue, but hopefully Ayed Zarb can get past him, because he's all over the back of him right now as they're side by side going now down towards the corner. Again, a very long downhill gap and then slightly uphill into the heavily banked section here, as we go through. Looks like Al Mahari trying to sneak through as well. He's also got a penalty, although it says 0.0, so what penalties he got there? Literally must be thousands of a second, the penalty he must have over his head. But there he is, Al Mahari, 22, running in now 10th position. Then we have the Subaru, who's also got a penalty. He's got 0.2 of a second penalty on his head. And then a ways back is Al-Kabaisi United. I can't help but feel for the driver. Incredible qualifying effort in both the sessions he's participated in so far, and just the server issue, he just couldn't do it for some reason, just froze going through. An absolute heartbreak for the Emirati driver there. In catch-up mode, but what can he do? He's a couple of corners ahead of the rest of the field. He's very close to being lapped. I don't think he will be, but ATCUAE is just technically he's just a few corners behind him, and he's a few corners ahead of the rest of the field now as well, is ATCUAE. As 3.3 seconds is the gap, but let's watch. Let's see if we can find some battle somewhere on track. Sagan 16, very evenly spread actually at the top sort of 5, even the top 6 actually, because Shimon 707 is there too. Where is he now? There he is. He's he's about a corner behind at the moment. He's sort of the best of the rest at the moment, and he's in that cutting block there. He is the 6th and final driver of the race so far. As there he is on screen right now in the M&M liveried Lexus RCF. And how far is Vafi from him? Is 1.1 seconds. Is that close? No, it's not that close, but he could make a move actually if Shimon 07 does guff it up somewhere. Very tight line through the banked corner. Let's go back with race leader ATCUAE here, is leading by 3 seconds to the good of ARC Dive-Bomb, and I think actually this is the closest battle we have on track between these two, between Dive-Bomb and R8 here, both in the Toyota Supras. And see, there is his previous lap time, 1:55.07, so 4 seconds off race leader of ATCUAE in the Iron Brew liveried Supra. Patrick Di Battista still has that penalty looming in his head. How much is it? It's 0.8 of a second. Now, if he slows down a little bit, just going to slow up ever so slightly. And Sagan 16 is, 2 seconds back from him, so he won't be there just yet. He still has enough time to get that penalty got rid of, because that penalty can be quite costly, especially at the end of the race. As we mentioned earlier, this race is not 5 laps, it's actually 7 laps. So there are, we've got 3 laps to go here. In the first of the semi-finals, and the first time that we'll see drivers eliminated here as part of the MSO Summer Series. Our top 6 will go into our final. They will go against the top 6 from the second final, which is scheduled to take place after this. I can tell you, which is something that we're all always happy about, is that we are running ahead of schedule, which is great news, because we had a little bit of an issue with one of the drivers not getting into the session. We got that sorted out, but we're still ahead of schedule, which is always great to see. Let's go back now. Let's go midfield, shall we? Let's see what Sigon 16 is up to. He's lonesome racing. No one really in front of him, no one really behind him. He is watching the back bumper of Patrick Di Battista, but not close enough to make a move. But we do have some action going on behind him. Vafi Khan has worked his way through and now into 6th position. He's into the cut-off zone, but Shimuno 7, well, he hasn't lost him because he's still there. He's still 2 car lengths behind him, and this is the battle for that 6th and final spot into our finale. Here, Shimuno takes a much tighter line here. He wants to be a little bit cautious, though, because if you get in that sand, that's it. Your race is done, and you've lost 7th position. You'll lose 8th, 9th, and 10th as well. As Vafi Khan now keeping it cool behind the wheel, working his way through the final corner now. He'll come across the line to complete lap number 4, excuse me. Will be 2 laps to go at the line. No, 3 laps to go, excuse me, at the line. As he's into now the slowest part of the track. Now, how close is Shimuno 7? Not close enough to make a move. But Vafi Khan is... Ooh, he's being caught now. There's about a car length separating the 2 of them as they work their way now into Sector 1 for the 5th time. We'll come back to this battle in a bit and see what it's like here, because we've got another battle brewing a little bit further back. Yanizab and Al-Maheri 22 battling here in the AMG GT3 and the 911 RSR, with Azab just ahead at the moment. What's that? That looks about a car length between the 2 of them. Yes, you can indeed fit in the Porsches. The Porsche goes deep onto the inside. Ooh, Azab shut the door pretty much immediately. Looks like he actually ran a bit wide, but then shut the door pretty much, as we said, immediately to maintain 8th position. But these 2 really want to get a move on. They want to head to the battle pack just in front of them. They want to try and take that position away from Shimuno 7 and, of course, Vafi Khan. And let's see what that battle is like. Ooh, it looks like Shimuno 7's tried to make a move and it hasn't worked out because he's dropped back. And as they work their way now towards Sector 3, there's Vafi Khan. He's in 6th position. There is Shimuno 7. He hasn't lost too much ground. He's still within braking distance, I guess, if you want to try and brake as late as possible, if you dare. But he's still in a potential shot here to walk away with 6th position. Let's see. Let's go a bit further back here. Well, there's the battle for 8th place. It looks like Al-Maheri has found a way through. There's 10th place. There is Gaijin in the Supra. We'll flick on over now to the Subaru. Also got a penalty, Liru said. He looks like he's added about 0.3 of a second to that penalty. Subaru, unfortunately, not been a strong car throughout the EMSO Summer Series. We've seen it a number of times on track. Just can't keep up with sort of the rest of the cars on track. And there is Al-Khabaisi, unfortunately. Heartbreak here for the Beetle driver. Cannot fault him in any way. Just... unfortunately, not the best connection is all I can say. Unfortunately, just dropped back, and sorry, not even dropped back. Sorry, the internet just wouldn't connect for him for some reason. It just wouldn't connect with the server. Unfortunately, Al-Khabaisi way down the order. Back to race leader though, Aiko Saig, who is leading by 3.1 seconds now over ARC Dive Bomb in the Toyota Supra, and very calm race actually for our top 4 now as we sort of wind our way down. into the last laps here. We're on the penultimate lap, and let's go back now with this man here, Vafi Khan, who is circulating in 6th position and now putting a gap between himself and Shimano 7, using a bit too much of the gravel there, and I think he's being a little bit too aggressive here. He needs to keep the lines nice and tidy if he wants to catch Vafi Khan, but I don't think he has enough time to do so. He's going to need Vafi to make a huge mistake if he wants to be in the top 6, and I don't think that's going to work, because Vafi Khan's been very cool, very collective here. He's kept his Nissan GTR on track, and he's actually on track to be in his first final here as part. Actually, was he in the final last time around? I think he may have done. So he's on track to be in the final at least here at as part of the MSO Summer Series, looking to bag some additional points. Great to see that Rami and Andre are here in the chat. Of course, Andre is racing. Haven't seen him for a while. Rami, we're still missing you. So when are we expecting to see you? Are you going to have a grand entrance into the finale? Are you going to have some wicked livery ready for us? We'll have to. Only time will tell. As we're now starting the final lap of the race. Let's head on over to where ATCUAE is, and there he is. He's working his way through. Oh, it looks like we've got a battle brewing here for 3rd place. It is between Ali SR8 and Patrick Di Battista. Come on, camera, show us what we want to see. There it is. The two Supras battling it out now through the early stage of the track here. Ali RS needs to take this nice and calm. He doesn't want to mess anything up here. Got to remember that PDD does have a penalty. From what I've been told, you can see the other driver has got a penalty, so Alistair will see that, and he'll know that penalty is there on the head of Patrick Di Battista. But at the same time, Patrick doesn't want to be too aggressive. Also, Ali doesn't want to let him through just yet either, as these two are battling now for 3rd place as we run on the final lap of the race here. It's the Iron Brew Supra in front of the Patrick Di Battista. So, okay, that's good news and bad news. Rami will be back depending on the track we use. Let's just hope that Rami comes back. Rami, we're looking forward to you returning, that's for sure. As we continue watching this battle here for 3rd place. As, a little bit too much of the inside there, too much of the lines used by Patrick Di Battista. But let's watch ATCUAE as he works his way through the final corner and lights the flag victory here for the Porsche. This has been a very good weekend actually here for the tyre driver. He's across the line for yet another win. That's 2 wins already here this weekend. Can he make it 3 for 3? Well, I can tell you right now he's going to be in our final, as will ARC Dive-Bomb, Patrick Di Battista, Alistair Stewart, Sagon 16, and Vafi Khan. If he comes across the line now with no mistakes, as he does now through the final corner, will Vafi Khan be our 6th and final driver from this session to go in? Yes, he does. There's carnage in the background as Shimano 7 is offline. He's out of the mix. He's now in 9th place. Al Maheri is across the line in 7th, misses out, as does Liad Azab. Shimano 7 misses out, and a few other drivers do it. But that wraps up the semi-final, the first of our semi-finals. Stay with us because we still have another semi-final to go here. And ATCUAE lights the flag victory. Well done to this man here, to ATCUAE, the tyre driver. 2 wins here already. Can he do a 3rd one? Can he have the most important 3rd race of the weekend? Well, we'll have to wait and see, because he's going to be in with some very, very stiff competition. I can tell you that now, because we're going to join the lobby and we're going to see who is on this entry list. Andreano is in the entry list. He's restarted his PlayStation and he's not going to have a internet connection issue. He's going to be good and he's going to be starting the race. Fingers crossed. I'm keeping them crossed. Keep them crossed that my internet connection doesn't fail either. So we're now about to get ready for the second of our semi-finals and our last semi-final as well of the weekend, and then we're off into the final race of the day. So we have quite a filled lobby already, which is great to see, but I see there's already a message on the screen. Let's see how many players we've got in this session. Here we go. Let's not get that one up. We need this one. Have we got 12? Yes, we do. But I think there's a discrepancy somewhere. And now, why do we have the discrepancy, I wonder? Let's see. Okay, we do have everyone in by the looks of it, I hope. Yes, we do. We just have one driver out on track. Just wait for the... I think we're good to go, actually. I think we're just waiting on a steward to join. I think then we should be okay. Let's not watch some scenery. Let's keep watching on tracks and see who we have. So we have MGK 704 in his Lexus RCF. As we said, they're not allowed to change cars on the... depending on the session, they have to stay in the same one. Andre is in a Castrol liveried FT1. I think he's allowed to change livery. I don't think he's allowed to change car, but he's still in a Supra, so that's perfectly fine. Bratman89, is he in his Supra? Yes, he is. I do rather like his Supra there. Very fetching livery there, that purple hue with splatters of green and orange on it. I think is there another splatter on it somewhere else? It does look like the colour does change somewhere at the bottom, or at the back of the car, not at the bottom of the car. The bottom of the car be hard to see. So we're just waiting on the driver. So one we continue going through the list. Sorry, just talking to the stewards to see if there's any discrepancies from the previous round. Everything seems to be good, so we'll keep the results as they are. Danny Boy 91 is here in his Porsche 911 RSR. Good news is he hasn't changed livery nor his car. Maritza is here in his Audi R8. That's of course Alexandros Anibas behind the wheel of that car, and that's one to watch because he had drama in quarterfinal number 3, and due to we're not sure what actually happened. It looked like he had a little bit of damage, a little bit of contact going into what was the fourth corner of the race. Fifth corner, excuse me. Just went off track. We saw some damage on the front end. I think he just got a little bit too close to the back bumper, tumbled down into 8th place, and then he was in 4th place by the end of the race, which is a great recovery, and we expect to see him do the same thing today. Hopefully he doesn't get pushed off or go out wide, but a fantastic recovery effort nonetheless. So we're just waiting on the session to get started here due to what's going on, because it's just practicing at the moment, so there's no real way to continue it. So I'm sorry if I do go over the same drivers more than once. I'll try my best not to do it. We've got Charlie Hayek here in his Toyota FT1. He's got his Martini liveried Supra, which looks absolutely fantastic. I am Mohammed Zubair, who I'm not used to seeing in a Supra. I'm used to seeing him in an NSX, but this weekend he's using the Supra because, as we said, that is the car to beat. That's the one that everybody is using at the moment. I think the majority of this field actually right here is a Supra. Ahmed JDM, he was one of the drivers that requested to change the car, and the most confusing, he's in the Jaguar. He's got the Subaru liveried Jaguar F-Type, which is a very interesting choice of car, but he's stuck with it. And I can see he's even put the Subaru badge on the back of the Jaguar F-Type just underneath his body. You can just spot it there above where the license plate holder is, and great effort there on his Jag. He's even got the correct wheels on as well. Then we have Silver1234 in his Beetle. We've got a lot of cars sort of all over the place at the moment. We've already seen the RCF of MJK. We've looking at now the GT1 concept. That's the first time we've seen it out on track, which we did in heat race number 3, quarterfinal race number 3, excuse me. Great to see it's being used again. Zolovita in the BMW M6. I think it's the only M6 here we've had this weekend. He's back as always. I think Zolovita is one of the most consistent drivers with the car. He hasn't changed it at all throughout. He's just stuck with the BMW M6. And then it is, of course, Romaldo Labori. He's changed cars a number of times. He raced in the RS001 not too long ago. That's how he won a number of times. He even raced in the Lamborghini. Now he's racing in a Supra, which is, like we said, that is the car to beat at the moment. And a lot of drivers just out on track, just waiting, I think, just for the qualifying session to get underway, because I think we're just waiting for the stewards to decide on something. We're just waiting for the qualifying session to go underway. Yep, the drivers are getting a bit antsy now. They want to get this underway as soon as possible. We're getting underway. Nope, still not yet. Still no countdown for the qualifying to start. That's one reason why it's so good to be ahead of schedule. Are we ahead of schedule? Yes, we are. Definitely ahead of schedule. Let's just check. Let's see what the timing was supposed to be. Supposed to start this session at 6. So yes, actually we're 10 minutes ahead of schedule, which is amazing, which I always love to see that we're ahead of schedule. So I'm not sure why and what we're waiting for though. Have we got everyone in the session? Yes, we do. Looks like we have a 13th driver as well. So let's see, who is the 13th driver actually? Let's have a look. Can we spot... I have spotted a new driver. Who is that we spotted on the list? It is ATCUAE 90 in his Beetle. It looks like ATCUAE will get a second chance to be in the semi-final. In the final, excuse me, after a connection issue in his semi-final that he was supposed to be in. He qualified in second. His internet gave up, and he had to try and catch up. It looks like the stewards have given him entry into the final semi-final of the day. Oh, well, that's how he got in. So the stewards and the drivers all elected to have him join the session due to what happened. Hannibal, thanks for clarifying that. Great to see that the MSO has decided, hey, look, it's not your problem. You did a very good job and you just had a connection issue. Why not add him to the session? I can imagine, though, some drivers might be a bit peeved off from the other races, the previous rounds that we've had, where they've had connection issues and not been able to get into the rounds, but I'm not a steward, so it's entirely up to them what they want to do. I think it's a good move because ATCUAE is a very, very strong performer. It's not as if he, clattered a wall or, something broke or he broke his car. He's always been very, very strong. It's always great to watch as well. So there's no fault of his own why it just didn't work for him. And we'll have our fingers crossed that he stays in the session. Let's hope. No internet worries. Good news is that we've seen that qualifying is about to start. Indeed it is. So another 5-minute qualifying session. This will set the field for our semi-final, and then 6 of these drivers now of the 13 will go into our final. Who will it be? We can't determine who it will be, actually, to be honest. I really can't. I would love to tell you that it will be any number of these drivers here. It will be any one of the 13, I'll tell you that. I can tell you that one driver that most likely will be in that session. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. This man right here, he's one to watch because he... flawless, clean, exceptional. Those are words that spring to mind when I think of Romaldo Labori's driving skills. He's been absolutely fantastic throughout every single weekend we've had. It's incredible the way he's done it. He's He's never gone off track. He's never been outside the top 5. He's won countless races already. Doesn't matter if it's quarterfinal, semi-final, or a final. He's won at least one race every weekend, which is an incredible record in the MSO Summer Series. And he is the man to beat and the man to watch. So, if any of the top 6 to go through, I'm quite sure Romain Labori, I would put money down on it. He would be at least one of the 6 to go through. Another one of the 6 to go through, if all goes well, is this man right here, Alexander Dos Animas. We saw what he could do in his quarterfinal race, was running second, got hit, or just ran wide and went off, went down to 8th, climbed back all the way up into 4th. If it happens again, he'll probably do the same thing, and he'll most likely will be in the final. This man here as well is one to talk about. I am Mohamed Zubair, although used to seeing him in an NSX, he's always been one to watch as well. No doubt he will see him in the finals, but again, can't really count who it will be, can't tell you exactly who it will be until these 3 minutes are up. So we have enough time to do, if they play it right, 2 laps. If they play it wrong, 1 lap. You have to have a clean lap right away, and that's what makes this qualifying so intense. You have to get it immediately. You can't dilly-dally around. You can't, if you're going to think about it, you have to think about before the session actually starts what you want to do with it. If you want to fall back to the back of the field, you could go ahead and do that, but you have to time it to perfection. We saw some drivers do it to perfection. Others, unfortunately, had an incident where they couldn't do it. Romain Labori is one driver that's actually done this, where he's dropped back and put enough of a gap between himself in front and behind in order not to get stuck with slower traffic, albeit there is slower traffic right in front of him. So he's on his flying lap. Let's join championship lead. Let's follow him. Let's jump on his bonnet. No, we won't jump on his bonnet because this game just doesn't like me when I want to do this. So yes, thank you, game. I didn't want to look at his spoiler. I wanted to take you on board. I didn't want to do that either. Let's just follow him with the trackside cameras and see how he performs around this lap, and we can see how well he does it. Ahmed JDM has also done the same trick. He's dropped way back, but he's got 3 corners behind him. He may have dropped so far back he might not even get a time in, but let's wait and see when he comes across the line. We'll continue to watch this superhero of Romain Labori, see how to do it as he works his way through the first sector. So thank you, Vafi, for clarifying. I did believe it was your second final. I may have called it wrong. Ooh, a penalty there for Romain Labori. What's he picked that up for? Ooh, this could be consequential for Romain Labori. This could drop him out of the top qualifying spots here. He's got 0.5 of a second, and there's some very strong qualifiers here. The gap has come down to 0.4 of a second. Why has he got that, I wonder? Why has he been given a penalty? We've been watching it. We didn't see anything there. Okay, that last corner was a bit tight, but we've seen a lot of drivers run that way. Ooh, very fast there through Sector 3, now into the 4th and final sector here. ATCUAE 90 is the time to beat with a 154.4 flat. Great effort there. But what will Romain Labori do when he comes through this final corner? Like we said, he's got a penalty of 0.4 of a second. That's actually the first penalty I've seen in the qualifying session. Not even the race. We've got one in the qualifying session as he's across the line. What can he do? It's a 3rd place effort so far. So ATCUAE is the man to beat at the moment with, what was his lap time? Let's take a quick peek. It was a 154.400, so 404 flat there. Good job there from ATCUAE 90. Andre Decory, what did he get? He got a 154.993, so he's 0.5 of a second, almost 0.6 of a second off of the leader so far. Romain Labori, let's see what he got. He got a 155.088. What have we got in 4th place? Solo Vita is here. He's done a 155.505, so not bad. Actually, he's quite close actually to the back of Romain Labori. Bratman 89 also is quite close there in 6th position. Let's see what his previous lap was. Silver. Oh, actually, sorry, I've skipped one. I apologise for that. Bratman 89, we missed 5th position. Oh, he's also picked up a penalty, oddly enough. He did a 155.551. And then we have Silber 1, 2, 3, 4 in 6th position, as we just saw Bratman 89. Unfortunately, that's his lap done and dusted. He's not going to improve anywhere. What did he get last time round? He got a 155.610. What about the man that's in 7th place? I'm Mohammed Zubair. He's on 155.769. So very, very close here. Can Mohammed Zubair improve this time round? What's he get? A 150... Oh, he didn't set a new time, unfortunately. It's a bit slower on that lap, and that draws a close to our session now. Has anyone got enough time to put another lap time in? Al-Khawaisi is across the line there. Does he improve? No, he doesn't. Danny Ball 91 does, but that doesn't move him up the order. But this is the man that will be on pole position, and this is the man that we have to hope doesn't have a connection issue, because he's had it already twice. Come on, Internet. Come on, Polyphony. Please make Al-Khawaisi 90 have a decent start here. Maybe it's the curse of the second place, because he was in second place in both sessions when he had that issue. But let's hope Al-Khawaisi 90 gets a good start here and he's in the final as well. Let's just wait and see. So we've got a few drivers to make their way across the line to complete this session. And can we do it here? So the qualifying has officially ended. There is official confirmation. And then briefly we will have... and we'll go into the final race. Okay, left hand side of your screen is Al-Khawaisi 90, right hand side of your screen is Andre Corey. Then we have Romano Labori on the top left, and then to the right, just out of stop, you can see Zola Vita there in his BMW M6, but the Beetle is the one that we're watching right now. Let's hope when he starts counting down, does he roll off the line? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. This is good stuff for Al-Khawaisi 90. He's got the connection he needs. He will be accelerating across the line in first position, and he will stay in pole position for the time being. 3 seconds to go. The lights are about to go out. Yes, indeed. We're racing here for the... Ooh, is it the 5th time? Yes, it is. It's the 5th time here. And the last time in the semi-finals, Al-Khawaisi threw cleanly into the corner. Looks like everyone gets through cleanly as well. Any moves or shakers anywhere? Not quite yet. Although Bratman 89, ooh, clips the curb there, but makes it through, does he? Yes, he does. He stays in 5th place. But we're racing here, and we're green flag. Ooh, there's a car slow, though, slower further down the field. Who is that? That was one of... That wasn't that car. I think it was Danny Ball 91. No, it wasn't. It was Charlie Hayek 5 in the 13th position now in the Supra. Well, the FT1, he's tumbled down into 13th position. Ooh, Ahmed JDM's gone into the wall. What's happened to the Jaguar F-Pace? Did he just get loose? Or... Ooh, what's happened there for the Jaguar? Oh, the yellow flag has come out as well. What's happened? Oh, Danny Boy 91 has gone off as well. Carnage here in the semi-final. Sorry, Has Fruit Shop PS4. Hello to you as well. Welcome to the live stream here of the MSO Summer Series. It's been Carnage already. Oh, see, Shadi Hayek is going all over the place through the chicane. It's giving the Jaguar a chance to catch up. As Ahmed JDM, he's all over the back of him, side by side through the corner. Let's go higher up through the order. Al-Khawaisi still out in front. His connection is working wonders now this time round. Ooh, drifting through corner. That corner there goes from Al-Labori, who's climbed up the order. He was in 3rd. He's now into 2nd place. But he has a 5/10 of a second penalty looming over his head. Andre is 3rd in the Supra, and he's under pressure from the BMW M6. Then it is... Silver 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 2nd of the Beatles, followed by Bratman 89 in the Supra, the purple Supra that is. Then it's MGK 704 in his Lexus RCF, and he is outside the top 6 for now, but anything can happen, that's for sure. Behind him and applying the pressure is the Audi R8 of Maritza Racing, or Maritza, not Maritza Racing, that's the team he races for in real life, but Maritza, that's Alexandros Animas behind the wheel, a Clio Cup champion here, and a racer in the NGK UAE Pro Car Championship, and he's side by side with MGK through the first couple of corners here. The slowest part of the track, and one of the dangerous parts of the track as well, because if you hit that wall, that's your race done and dusted. There's no recovery whatsoever from that. I am Mohammed Zubair, running in 9th place in the Supra. So he said the most popular model to date here this weekend is the Supra, and as soon as we pick up Abdul Ghaffar, he gets a penalty of 5/10 of a second in that GTI concept. Ahmed JDM also has a penalty. He was also into the wall not too long ago. Actually, he was in the wall on the previous lap. Just behind us now is Shadi Hayek is on the inside. works his way past now into 11th place, and that's the ATCUAE, probably not the best car here this weekend, but great to see that Ahmed JDM has stayed true to his word, and he stayed behind the wheel, and he's having a fantastic battle here with Charlie Hayek at the moment. Then at the back of the field, unfortunately, is Danny Boy 91. He had a spin earlier on, and that's dropped him down to 13th place. Al-Khabaisi, though, continues to lead the Emirati out in front by 1.3 seconds over Romaldo Labori, who has a 4/10 of a second penalty looming over his head. And where is Andre in comparison? He's 2.3 seconds back in his Supra. But the good news is that he's still in the top 6, as is this man right here, Bratman 89. We're going to have a very, very Toyota heavy final. I can tell you that right now, because we have 3 Toyotas in the top 6 already, unless the Lexus behind can apply the pressure and can find a way through. But the Toyota's certainly the car to beat here. So we're through the final corner now on the second lap of the race. We're about to come across the line and to complete lap number 3. We don't want Romaldo Labori, we want Andre here, because he's in a battle for 3rd place with the M6 BMW. Look on the inside. Oh, they lean on each other there. Oh, very late on the brakes there. Andre almost forced out wide, and I can tell you right now, Andre is not going to be happy about that move. That looked potentially dangerous, but the good news is he's still on track, but he's lost 2 places, and Andre is fighting back already. He's all over the back of the BMW M6, or at least he was, until Silver 1-2-3-4 shut the door on him there in the Beetle. Let's stay with this battle here for second place as the Beetle goes on the inside. Excuse me, not second, it's 3rd place. My apologies there, as the M6 runs a bit wide, but gets the title line on the exit of the corner. Stays in and shuts the door. Great battle here for 3rd place between the M6. Oh, the Beetle rubs up on the side of the Toyota there going through the corner. Again, a lot of people rubbing up on Andre here. I know it's been a while since we've seen him. Everyone's saying hi to him, as of course coronavirus has told us that we have to social distance, but we don't have to social distance within the game. So I think that's probably just a handshake saying, hey, Andre, how are you? Not long time no see, but here comes Andre now. He's fighting back on the inside. He's drag racing his way down through the corner. Ooh. Oh, here comes another Toyota. Oh, what was a 3-way battle has now become a 4-way battle, and Andre makes up 2 places in 1 corner. Fantastic stuff there from the Supra driver, as we're side by side through. The M6 on the outside, the Supra on the inside. The quartet of drivers now battling for 3rd place. And more importantly, this is the battle for that sort of top 6 positions. Okay, 2 are out in front, but 4 are here. 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th all here. If any of these drivers start toppling over each other, who could be in the top 6? We won't know. This is fantastic stuff, and we're only halfway through the race as Andre works his way through the final corner. Zolo Vita in 4th position, flashes the lights through the corner. Bratman 89 has found a way through as well. He's now in 5th place, putting Silver 1-2-3-4 now back into position. As you said, that the Toyota is very strong through the final sector. Not so strong through the first 2 sectors. Very strong, though, through that final sector. Here comes MGK. He wants part of this battle. A 5-way battle. We haven't seen that yet. This is great stuff here in semi-final number 2. Who is it going to be in the top 6? We don't know. We've got 4 laps to figure it out, as down the hill we go. Into the right hand we go. Another drag race. Andre on the outside. It's the Zolo Vita on the outside. Andre on the inside here. Oh, they lean on each other again, but here comes Bratman 89. He's benefiting from everyone tackling each other. Here he comes now. He's battling with Zolo Vita, and then it's off to the next FT1 for the Supra drive. The FT1 driver it is. Oh, he has a slot in position there. Doesn't do anything about it just yet. Slots into place nicely there. Doesn't want to take anyone off. We've still got a lot of time to play with our hands here, but very good clean racing here in semi-final 2 here. Andre leads this pack here, and we're going to stay with it because this is quite the battle. Here comes Bratman 89 again on the inside. Brakes as late as possible. We saw him do this on the previous lap in the background. Can he do it again? He doesn't get the drive off the corner as Zolo Vita does, so the M6 stays in 4th position for now. Here comes the rest of the field though. And like we said, this is a battle from 3rd through to 7th place. Okay, Andre's now putting a gap between himself and the M6. Zolo Vita's also now slowly starting to get away from Bratman 89 and leaving that Supra to do battle with Silver and MJK behind him as we continue on. So let's just go a little bit further back now to this man here, Bratman89, leading this trio of cars consisting of a Toyota, a Beetle, and the Lexus RCF. Now, could we see a Lexus in the finals? We'll have to wait and see. We've still got 2 laps to go here on the track. As we continue on here, let's see. Oh, it's still a battle here, and Bratman89 is losing out. Oh, here we go. Silver 1, 2, 3, 4 has made a move, flashed the headlights there to tell him, hey, listen, I'm faster than you, let me through. Silver's like, I'm much faster than you are. You get out of my way. And Silver now racing his way up the road in the Beetle. Here comes MGK looking on the inside. Can he make the move stick? Yes, he can. Bratman89 losing and locking up. There was the Silver 1, 2, 3, 4 Beetle as well. Oh, too tight there through the corner. Bratman almost out of the top 6, but he's gone straight back into it as Silver's now lost out. He's lost 2 positions and is now sitting in 7th position as we run here. Oh, they lean on each other through the corner, almost muscling the Lexus out wide. Oh, penalty applied to Bratman89. Now I fear that is for muscling his way out. We did see that, definitely 100%. That Supra muscled out that Lexus straight away. Here comes the Lexus once again on the inside. He's doing what Bratman tried to do. Oh, that's a bit too much in the corner there. That's very cheeky of Bratman89 there to do, and he's being penalised immediately. I think the stewards are going to have something to say about that, because even from my point of view, that was a lot of the corner he used there. That was almost straight lining it essentially, as here comes Alexis doing battle again with Bratman89. This is insane. This is incredible stuff here we're seeing with these drivers, and MGK's gone wide and he's lost out, and here comes I am Mohammed Zubair. He wants to be in the top 6, he wants to be in the final of this weekend, but who will it be? We still don't know. I don't think it will be Bratman89. I think the stewards are going to look at that, because that looked that was definitely corner cutting, 100%. That was definite corner cutting. Silver 1, 2, 3, 4 is in 6th position. Who is in 7th position? I Mohammed Zubair is there. He's dropping back, but the Lexus, the RCF, he's dropping back. This is devastating for MGK. He was in the battle for 6th place, doing oh so well, and he's just dropped back. Alistair, I agree with you. What track limits? There don't seem to be any track limits at the moment. Seriously, there don't seem to be any. What penalties are applying in-game, I'm not sure. I really hope the stewards do look at that, because from my perspective, 100% that needs to be penalised, because that was way too much of the track that he was using there. He was almost in the grass. He should have taken the corner. He just should have turned when the barrier turned. He should have gone there and then flown through. Here they come now down the hill. What was the battle for 5th position is now no longer a quartet. It's down to just a duo. Whew, that was some intense racing here. Let's have a look at what it's looking like for Al-Khabaisi. 5.4 seconds up the road. Smooth sailing for the Beetle. Then it's Ronaldo Labori, still with 0.3 of a second penalty looming over his head, but not too much to worry about, because 4.1 seconds back is Andre here in the Castrol liveried Supra, or FT1, however you want to call it. There is the BMW M6 of Zolo Vita. Hasn't found a way past yet, but they've managed to escape from this battle here between Bratman89 and Silver Bill 1, 2, 3, 4. Here he comes through on the inside, as he's going to be in 5th position. Oh, it's a drag race once again to the corner. These two just they can't get enough of each other. They're beating and banging each other's doors like nobody's business. Nobody's business when they're working their way through here. They were literally leaning on each other. I'm surprised either of them have paintwork on those sides of the vehicles. Actually incredible. Through the final corner we go. This is the penultimate time through. Bratman89 making through, but Mohammed Zubair's going to try and sneak in. Yes, he does. Side by side, the two Supras go through the penultimate corner. Ooh, they lean on each other. A little bit of contact there through, and Bratman89 almost into the wall through the final corner there, and I'm Mohammed Zubair. He's in 5th place. Oh, excuse me, 6th position. 5th position is in 6th position. They keep moving. We're back to a quartet of who will it be in the top 6. Here we go. They all leaning on each other. Don't do that, Lexus. That's your sister car next to you. Toyota, Lexus, the same thing. Don't lean on your competitor like that. Don't lean on a Toyota. Lean on the BMW or the Beetle like that. Don't lean on a Lexus. Here we go, final lap of the race. Who will it be in 5th or 6th position? We don't know. Silva runs wide again. We saw him lock up before on that corner. He just can't get it stuck, and now he's down to 8th place. He's lost 3 positions in 1 corner. But my goodness me, this is some fantastic racing here going on. Bratman 89 leads the pack from I'm Zubair. Silva 1234 fighting back, and MGK is there too. The Lexus is in the mix. Could we see the Lexus into the final? We'll have our fingers crossed. Yes, we will. But we can't. We couldn't write this. We literally couldn't write this if we could. This is phenomenal stuff that's going on. Who would it be through the inside of the corner? I think they look like Bratman 89 take a bit too much of the corner again. Oh, the two Toyotas lean on each other there. It looked like Bratman 89 got a bit loose into the corner. Oh, I think someone will be going backwards across the line. I think someone might be tumbling over the line on their roof, as Clint Boyer a couple of years ago at Daytona. Oh, here we go, leaning on each other again. Oh, all the cars are clattering into one another. I think the stewards are going to have a very tough time looking at Al-Kabaisi. Has taken the win here, so he's definitely in the final. Oh no, the Toyota into the side of the Lexus yet again, and oh, a travesty there for MGK. What could have been? Oh no, it looks like Mohammed Zubair is safe. So is Silva 1234, but MGK, I can't believe it. You could have been 6 over the line, and oh, there we go. That's confirmation of the top 6. And that brings the conclusion to the semi-final. What a semi-final that was. Congratulations to Al-Kabaisi 90. Apologies if we didn't watch what he was doing and we didn't see him come across the line, but that was too intense there for 6th place. That was absolutely phenomenal. How they didn't clatter each other, how they all didn't take each other out was absolutely mind-blowing. Incredible stuff here as part of the MSO Championship. Not sure why that's come up, but it's gone now. It's time now to move on to our final. But who will it be? Who will be in the top 6? We have to find out, because the stewards are definitely looking into that, because there is no way the stewards are not looking about what happened there, because that was all over the place. That beating and banging on each other's doors, people pushing each other out wide, people almost taking each other out. As here we go, are we getting ready for the final? I see there's no lobby created for the final. I guess, yes, the stewards are deciding what is going on. Indeed, it certainly was, though. That was a great drive there from Andre. Great drive from himself as well, Zolo Vita. He did a very good job there. MGK, yes, 100% agree with you there. It needs to be looked into, because that was complete and utter carnage at the line. So do stay with us. Here we will be moving on into the finals shortly. I'm going to take a quick breath, because I think I need to get my voice back. I'm afraid I'm going to lose my voice soon enough. If the last race has anything like that, my goodness me, that was intense. That was incredible, that semi-final race there. Let's just refresh this. I want to update the list, please. There we go. The final is up and ready to go. And we're spinning. We're connecting to the lobby, and then we can see who our first lot of finalists are. I can guarantee you, I know that Vafi Khan is here. Romano Labori is in. Andre is in. Who else is in? Oh, I guess we'll have to find out. I just, that last race just took everything out of me. I've forgotten everything from that race, the previous one. Well, I know Ali RS is in as well. Patrick Batista's here. I'm Mohammed Zubair is here as well. He was almost not in the race, but somehow made it in. Al-Kabaisi 90 is in. Yes, indeed he is, after that fantastic drive. Aiko Seg is in. So we have both race winners from our semi-finals into it. Who will it be across the line? We're going to find out. Within the next half an hour or so, we will find out who it will be at the let's see who it be. So apologies if it goes a bit quiet here. I'm just trying to get my breath back from an intense semi-final, because that was phenomenal, to say the least. That was an incredible race nonetheless. Amazing racing from ATCUAE. Fantastic win for him. Even better was the battle for who would be in the top 6, especially was it 4th through to about 8th. You couldn't say who it would be till they came across the line. Definitely things are being looked into, though, I can tell you that right now. I don't know if it will shuffle up anything, because the driver that I can tell you was in question was out of the top 8, top 6 even, so he's definitely not going to be, there's not going to be too much of a shake-up, but the stewards are still deciding something, so we just have to wait and see. So do bear with us. And I'll be right back. So apologies there for the long delay. Sorry, I needed to lie down. I needed some fresh air, because that last race was absolutely phenomenal. Those, for the last 3 laps of that race, if you've just tuned into the stream, hello and welcome to the EMSO Summer Series Round 5. If you've just tuned in, you need to flash back 20 minutes ago, and you need to look at the final few laps of the semi-final number 2, because we couldn't determine for a handful of laps who would be in 4th in fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth position, because we had a four-way battle to determine those two positions. And because of the way this works, is that we have our top six go through into the final. We couldn't determine who those last two positions would go to because we had four people, just some amazing racing. But I can see Mega Shark there is Mega Shark. I 100% agree with you there. The stewards are, I can guarantee you, stewards are looking into this, because there did seem to be a lot of beating and banging on each other's doors that needed to be looked at, that's for sure, because that was certainly in that battle. Ahmed, yeah, I missed a lot of the action up front, but to be honest, there wasn't much going up front. It was a very clean, calm race for both ATCUAE C90 and, of course, Romano Labori, as always it is with those two, and Andre as well was battling with Zolo Vita, but their gap stayed about a car length or so between them. They were very clean with each other. They didn't bang on each other's doors like we had touring car style with a number of other drivers in 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th position for most of the race, which is always very exciting to watch, that's for sure. So if you're just tuning in, hello and welcome to EMSO Summer Series Round 5. We're about to get underway with the final of the day here, and this is where it all matters. The quarterfinal, the semi-final, okay, they matter to an extent because the top 8 and then the top 6 would go through, but no points are offered. This is the only part of the day where points are actually offered. So this is where it all matters, and this is where Romano Labori succeeds the most, because, well, he's bagged a lot of points already. He's very strong when it comes to these races, so he's going to be the man to watch out for, and he's the man that people are going to want to start to block and get ahead of him and make sure that he just doesn't get any good points. But racing is racing. We can't determine if that will happen. So we'll have to basically wait and see how this will pan out. And while we're waiting, I might as well say a huge shout out to our committed partners at the Yas Marina Circuit, the Dubai Autodrome, and of course AUH Motorsport, who are giving away some fantastic prizes to our top 3. Excuse me, I do apologise for that. They are giving away, of course, some amazing prizes to our top 3, which include track experiences, race license assessment, experiences at the Dubai Autodrome and the Yas Marina Circuit. It's just an incredible amount of prizes that are up for grabs for our top finishers here, our top 3. Those will be, I can tell you one of those top 3 is definitely going to be Romano Labori. Which of the top 3 he finishes, I'm not sure. Most likely would be the top position, and you know what, I have an idea. Let's see if this will work. So we tried to do this last time. Now apologies if you're going to see some weird stuff on the screen. I'm going to try and create a party. Oh, it says now only my microphone is being broadcast, so you can't really see what I'm doing. Let's see if we can invite somebody. I cannot, because I'm not friends with the person, so we'll just leave it for now. We will do that. We could do that later. So Andre, if you're listening, I don't have you as a friend, so I can't add you, so we can't try that thing out. So we might have to wait for round 6, because remember we tried it, you, me and Rami tried it, and we couldn't get it to work because I had to create the party. Oh wait, what if I create a party and then people join? Ah, I've figured it out. Uh-oh, what's going on now? No, don't crash. Okay, good. It hasn't crashed, so that's good. I do apologise if the stream is going all over the place. It's just I'm trying to create a party, and I'm going to see if... Can I just create a party by myself here? I don't think I can. Okay, you know what? This is too much and it's too confusing, and you're not seeing much of the screen. So let's just leave it the way it is. We'll just have a look at the gameplay that's currently being broadcasted on screen, which is nothing at the moment because I don't have my trusty keyboard. That's why. Oh, look at that. Andre's listening and he sent me a friend request. So let's see if we can do it. Okay. Okay, now, pretty sure you can all still hear me. Let's see. Now you have to. You do have to figure me out. I'm not very good with the PlayStation. I'm an Xbox gamer most of the time, so PlayStation is still strange to me. Yes, there we go. So I'm creating a party. I'm sending an invite. Let's see. Okay, let's just hope that the settings that we have share everything. And that way, during the downtime, Andre can... Okay, so both microphone and gameplay are being broadcasted, but is the party being shared is the main question. Now, if Andre is there, if he can hear me...
Yeah.
I don't know if he can. Let's see... Okay...
I think I have to fix my end. Oh no, I actually can hear myself.
Andre, I can't hear you for some reason. I don't think it's working. Again, I don't know. Yeah, it's not working. I don't know why. So I do apologize if you're seeing the settings menu here on my screen. We're just trying to sort something out here. That is why it is... There we go, Andre, I can hear you now and I can hear myself, so that's always wonderful. So, I don't know if you can hear yourself though on the stream. Okay, cool. So while we've got it, we have Andre with us, who's returned after, I think, you were absent for 3 races. Andre, it's great to have you back. What's the racing out there like? Well, we're also looking forward to September season. We're looking forward to seeing you on track as well. Are you in the session right now? Or are you pulled over? Wait, let's see if we can find your car anywhere. I don't know why I can't see anything on the screen. Who do you think, out of everyone on track right now, who do you think is your biggest rival? Good. Well, we're following you right now on screen, as you could probably see yourself. So we're going to keep a close eye on you, and hopefully we'll see you back for round 6. And so what we've noticed as well is that a lot of people are using the Supra or FT1. Is there a reason to why people are using this car this weekend? Well, Rami is in the session. He promised us that he'd join us for the 6th round. If it depends on the track, so let's fingers crossed. But going back to the FT1 thing, now it makes sense as to why. Oh, they can't hear you, Andre, for some reason. That's okay. So basically, we have a party going on that Andre is in the session. We're just talking backwards and forwards about things, and he's told me why the Supra is, or the FT1 is so prominent here. It's because of the downforce and the way it corners, and he says it loses a bit too much on the straights sometimes, and I can kind of see now why it's so good through that 3rd and final sector, is because there's a lot of corners, and that's where the Supra or the Toyota excels the most compared to, say, the other cars that are being used. And that's why I think the FT1 is so popular. And thank you, Andre. I know you guys can't hear him, but he's been very insightful. in the background. And you know what? I'm going to let him be now. I think, Andre, it's time to mute your mic, and it's time to put the headset down. It's time to focus, because qualifying is about to get underway. Thank you so much, Andre, for the valuable input there that you've given me, and good luck, sir, as we're about to now start qualifying for the final race. And thank you, Ian, for letting me know about that. So again, we're having a little bit of TV issues. It's the first time we tried to do this. We had big issues doing it last time. We've a little bit of issues now this time, but at least I can hear people, so I can relay the information to you. But now it is go time. It is time now for the finals. That's right. We're going to get ready here, and we're going to give them 5 minutes of qualifying, as we did in the previous rounds. So they got 5 minutes to qualify. We'll set the field, and then we'll go racing for 12 laps here. That'll be the longest we've done so far this weekend. We started with 5, we went to 7, and now we're heading into 12 laps of racing here around the track here. It's a very, very tricky one. 3 long straightaways. The majority of it are very tight corners, with one of the fastest straights leading to a very, very tight left-right complex, which is where you can make or break your lap pretty much immediately. Let's see how this pans out. Let's see who will win. ATCUAE 90 and ATCUAE, who are the front two at the moment on track, they've been the drivers to beat. They both won their qualifying, their heat sessions. They were both on pole in qualifying. Actually, no, sorry, ATCUAE was not on pole in qualifying. ATCUAE was, though. And those are the two to beat, I think. Those are the two that are going to be on the front row of the grid. There's one of them right now. That's the ATCUAE Porsche. Great to see him back here this weekend, the Thai driver, within the mix of all locally based drivers. I think he's well, obviously all the drivers here are locally based, but he is the Thai driver, followed by Emirati ATCUAE 90, who is behind the wheel of the Beetle, as he's been using a little bit of a different livery from what we're used to seeing. We usually saw him in Black Lives Matter livery. He's swapped that out now for an Emirati logo on the side, which is what I thought was just a random G. Then I looked a bit closer and I saw that there was a T there as well for, obviously, Gran Turismo. And he's got the lettering of the United Arab Emirates underneath, of course, in UAE. And at the back and at the front, it looks like he's got an Abu Dhabi license plate. You can tell that by the red emblem on the right-hand side of the plate, which is... I hope it's not his actual plate, that's for sure, because if you get a good glimpse of it, you can see what he's like on the road. But I don't think he put his actual number plate there on track. So we're about to get, now we're doing our first flying lap. We can see now who's the man to beat. We had times of 154s in the previous sessions, in semi-final 1 was it, and semi-final 2 as well. We dipped into the low 154s, but what will it be for this one? We're gonna have to wait and find out, as the first session is, the first flying laps are on the way. We've got 2 minutes to go, which gives us more than enough time to grab see what the time to beat is. And I see no one's really... Oh, actually, no, looking at I was going to say no one's done the dropping back thing, but looking at the track back, yes, they have. There are a few drivers that are way back at the end of the tail here of the cars, but let's see what ATCUAE 90 could put in. He's currently 117 at the moment. He's making his way now through and into the final sector. What can he do when he comes across the line? Is he going to do a 154? I predict that he will, and hopefully he'll have enough time actually to do 2 laps instead of just the 1. But I don't think he will. I think, actually, no, he will be able to do a second lap. So is he going to make this as clear as possible through the final corner? Come and see now. He's definitely going to do a 150 something, that's for sure. But will it be a 154 when he comes across the line? We'll have to wait and see. Does he do it? No, he won't, by the looks of it. He'll do a 150. Oh, he does a 154.379. Wow, that's a fantastic effort across line. And he's, what, 0.3 of a second faster? Oh, 0.2 of a second faster, excuse me, ahead of ATCUAE. And now the shuffling begins, where everyone lines up. And who will it be where at the line this time round? Kabaishi still leads, ATCUAE is second, Patrick Di Battista is third, Ali SR8 is fifth. Oh, ARC Dive Bomb now is the race leader, or qualifying leader even. What's his lap time? Let's take a quick look there. A 154.276, that's the time to beat, and what a time indeed it is for that Toyota FT1. As we said, as Andre confirmed, that is the car of choice, and that's what everyone wants because of the downforce and its cornering abilities. This track is very, very corner heavy, and there's some very tight corners as well. What am I saying, corner heavy? Every track is corner heavy. Just go in a circle, it's going around in a circle but with extra steps essentially, but this one has got a lot of very tight and twisty corners, and the FT1 seems to be the most planted car here this weekend. That's why everybody is using it. Because of course, before the races start, drivers have ample time to race around and practice. I know during the day before the races actually start, before we start the stream, the drivers are practicing online with each other. I tried to join one basically to see how good I was, and to be honest, I'm terrible. I'm not going to lie about it. I couldn't even probably dream of a 154. The closest I got was a 205, which is looking at that's 10 seconds slower than these guys. That's how bad I am with a good 2 hours of practice. I think I need to practice a little bit more. Don't you agree? ARC Divebomb though is the man to beat, and he's slowed down on this final lap here, so I don't think he's going to improve his lap time here, because he was very slow through the mid part of that sector there just before he entered sector 4. So let's see. I don't think he will improve because he's got a time of 1:54.276. We're going to watch to see if Al-Khabaisi can improve. Ali RS comes across line, does improve, but by not enough. He's dipped into the 1:54s. Ahmed, I'm with you there. This is going to be a very, very tough final, that's for sure. Everyone here this weekend has put on a fantastic show so far. A lot of improvement throughout this race as well. A lot of drivers coming across the line, putting some phenomenal lap times in. As that wraps up the session, ARC Divebomb still the leader for now. Is Al-Khabaisi, has he got enough time? No, he doesn't. He's already been round and he's been across the line. Interesting. So he won't be able to improve. So the Al-Khabaisi 90, that Beetle, will be in a position that has not been kind to the driver at all. He's had some real issues starting with second place, not because of the position itself, but connection-wise, that position has not been good to him. He was on pole, didn't have an issue, went straight through. Now let's hope he gets through nice and clean. There's confirmation of the board and where everyone is. So who will it be that gets it through on the first corner? There is ARC Dive on the left hand side of the screen. Right hand side there, just in the blurriness there, is the Al-Khabaisi 90 Beetle. On the left hand side, just atop the screen, there's Ico Stegan. On the right hand side, just poking out, is championship leader Romano Labori. Didn't say a word about him actually during qualifying, but he is there in the top 5 as I predicted. As we work our way now through the final corner, Al-Khabaisi's car is moving. That is good to see. Let's keep an eye on him there. There he is, so he will get through. The good stuff. No one else is going all over the track. We're about to get underway. Green flag now here for ARC Divebomb as he leads the field down now towards the first corner from one of the fastest parts of the track into the slowest pretty much immediately. Into the left-hander he goes. Not quite close enough for Al-Khabaisi to make a move. As we're working our way now through the second corner now, down towards corner number 3. Everyone's getting through cleanly for now. Bit of a gap there behind Andre as we look there, as he's in 6th position. A little bit of a gap between himself and Patrick Di Batista. Not the best start there for Patrick. Oh, he's running a bit wide there through the corner. He's lost out again. But then Mohamed Zubair is late on the brakes and skids out a little bit wide. But everyone is through cleanly. No connection issues anywhere to be seen just yet of this 12-lap race. Here we go. This is the final. This is what matters. This is where the points are earned, and this is where this man here is out in front. Oh, he's loose. Is he loose? No, he's not. Oof. I had a small heart attack there. I thought he got loose through the corner. No, it's just a little bit of a dust kick up there, and then straight into the left-hander. So Romano Labori is still there, still running in 4th place. He's trying to catch the back of Ico Seg. A little bit of argy-bargy at the back there between Zolabita and who is that? Is that Mohamed Zubair? Is that who's he's battling with? Yes, it would be. No, it isn't. He's battling with Patrick Di Batista, who unfortunately is going the wrong way. Patrick Di Batista is going backwards here on the opening lap. He's going to try the inside line. Is he? Yes, he is. As does he get the move stuck? No, he doesn't. That was a move there for the Porsche. It was certainly a close call for Romano Labori there indeed, Ahmed. He was putting maybe one too many wheels onto the soft stuff there, and he could have been disaster, but he somehow caught it. ARC Dive Bomb races towards the sunset here, out in front by 6/10 of a second. Then it's ATCUAE 90 in second place. Aiko Sega's third in the Porsche 911 RSR. Fourth is Romano Labori and championship leader. This is the one that we're going to watch and we're going to keep a close eye on. Back in fifth position and under pressure from this man here is Andre, with Alistair Stewart just behind him. I see a penalty looming over. Someone says it's Mohamed Zubair. Now, could that be for contact with Zola Vita? Because Patrick Di Battista actually, as we say that, Zola Vita punts the right rear of Mohamed Zubair. They're going through the very tight and slow corner there. As we said, you're going from one of the fastest parts of the track into one of the slowest pretty much immediately there. And there is a penalty looming over Mohamed Zubair in the Toyota. Then it's the BMW M6 of Zola Vita running in 8th position. 9th position, is Sagan 16 in his 911. Silver 1, 2, 3, 4 in his Beetle. Now coming under pressure from Patrick Di Battista. Again, unfortunately, Di Battista has had a torrid opening lap. From what was, I think, a top 5 position, he's now down into 11th place. No wonder if that's an issue. Not with his connection, but with his controller, because we've seen it before as Aiko Sega is applying the pressure on ATCUAE at the moment as Romano Labori puts more tyres off into the grass. Now, can Aiko Sega find a way through? Will we have a different winner here in this race? Let's just see who else is in the session. Vafikan is right at the back there. He is just behind this man here. Patrick Di Battista is Sagan 16 is under pressure from the Beetle as the Beetle's trying to work his way on the outside. But here it is. It's now a quartet for the lead of the race as ATCUAE is on the inside to the lead of each other just about. That could have been close. ATCUAE at the inside line, but ARC Dive Bomb now takes it back from. Are we going to go 3 wide? Yes, we are. Here comes Romano Labori to try and raid his inside. It's going to be close though. Romano Labori sees away on the inside. And ARC Dive Bomb got completely robbed from first to fourth in one corner. No, and there's ATCUAE on the front row of, across the front of Romano Labori. What's happened there? Romano Labori is still in third place, but ATCUAE is tumbling down the order. He's in 8th place, and what happened there? We just saw a quick glimpse of it. What it looked like for me is that ATCUAE just came across the front end of Romano Labori, and Romano Labori just kept going. I'm not saying he spun him intentionally, but obviously Romano Labori was looking where he wanted to go, and he can do much about it. Aiko Sega is off the road, and he's lost out. He broke way too late there. That gives back the lead to ARC Dive Bomb, or does it? Not yet. I can tell you that ATCUAE is still in 8th position, so he's still in the top 8 on your timing screen on the left-hand side. God, carnage already in just the second lap of the race. Boys, we've got 10 to go. As we continue on here on lap 3, ARC Dive Bomb back into the lead of the race here in the Toyota Supra. The Aiko Sega's Porsche is looking for a way through. Just a little small love tap there going through the corner saying, hey, look, I'm here. Go faster. I want to get through because I've got Romano Labori, championship leader, and Andre now is in the mix as well. So we're back to a quartet of cars battling for the top position. ARC Dive Bomb flanks the inside. Aiko Sega follows him through there, tries to work for a way through, but just can't find it. Here he goes. He's going to brake as late as possible. No, he doesn't. Thinks better of it. Here comes Andre on the inside of championship leader Romano Labori. That's a very brave move there, and it's paid off. Andre is now in 3rd place. He's taken the position away from Romano Labori, and I think what Romano is doing is he's taking it easy. He's not getting into the mix of things. He knows he has a huge championship lead. He doesn't want to ruin it now, because if he falls out of the top 10, he's losing massive points, and he is staying in 4th position for now. He's under pressure from another Toyota, and now we were a quartet. Now we're up to 5 people battling for the race lead, because there is alias R8. He's in the mix too as well. Who's it going to be in 10 laps time? I can't tell you, I really can't. Here comes ARC Dive Bomb. Here comes Aiko Sega. Andre is there. Romano Labori looks on the inside of Andre. Does Andre shut the door on him? It looks like he does. And Romano Labori, like we said, he's taking it calm. He knows what's at stake here. If he gets in contact with anybody, if someone pushes him out, that's it. He's losing massive points. So he has to bide his time here, pick and choose where he wants to overtake. He wants to pick and choose where he wants to make a move on someone. It's not going to be now because he's rubbing it up with Andre now as he works his way through the corner. Let's go back to the battle now. There is Romaldo on the inside. He's keeping off of Andre for the time being. That puts Andre down now into 4th place. And they'll continue on through the corner now. Up they go, up the hill for the 4th time here. ARC Dive-Bombs lost out to ATCUAE yet again. Oh, we got 3 Toyotas in 1. I didn't even spot Andre there. That's how close the 2 were. Here comes Andre through the corner, take 3rd back away from Romaldo Labori, but Romaldo wants it back. He wants to go. Oh, they lean on each other. Oh, Andre gets very loose there through the corner. Oof, that was a heart and throat moment 100% in. Here comes ATCUAE, right? He's seen the carnage that's going on. He wants the mix, and now ATCUAE's come back into the mix as well. From 8th position into 6th. We've got 6 cars battling for the lead of the race. Fantastic. We're going to try and go 3 wide into the back corner. My goodness me. Yeah, indeed, that was a fabulous save there going through. Here is Romaldo Labori. He's back up into 3rd, but for how long is he going to be 3rd place? ATCUAE leads by a 2nd from ARC Dive-Bomb. These two are putting they're putting a gap in between themselves and the rest of the field. And here comes the 5 that are battling for 3rd place. Romaldo Labori, championship leader. ATCUAE, after dropping down to 8th position, is back up into 4th place. Andre is 5th. Zolo Vita is in the mix now as well. He's in 6th position. Ali SR8 is here in the Iron Brew Supra. He's in 7th. Sigon 16. Here comes the rest of the field. Here comes all the way down to 11th. Back in a nice and tidy line. This is a fantastic final. Unbelievable what's going on here this weekend. ARC Dive-Bomb, there he is in 2nd position. He's escaping up the road, but who isn't escaping is Romaldo Labori. There he is behind the wheel of the Supra. He's got to fend off from ATCUAE 90. The red mist has definitely descended in the visor of that Beetle driver. Wow, is all I've got to say. This is absolutely incredible. We'll continue on here through on to lap number 5 here. Where is ATCUAE going? Can he find a way past championship leader to try and take away some more points from him? I'd like to tell you what the point standings are at the moment. I can tell you Romaldo Labori has a lot of them. How much of a lot of them does he have compared to some of the other drivers that are fighting in front of him and behind him? I'm not sure, but I can tell you ATCUAE is on track for his first outright win of the weekend. If he does this, it will be a perfect weekend for this man right here, for the tyre driver. He won his quarter-final race. He won his semi-final race. He's on track to win his final if the race were to end on this corner right now. But we have still 8 laps of racing here around the track. Can he do it? He's got a gap of 1.5 seconds between himself and this man here, the ARC Dive-Bomb Supra. Then we have in 3rd place everybody else. We have 3rd through 11th in 3rd place. Here comes ATCUAE on the inside. No, thinks better of it. Now these two have already had a little bit of contact before on that exact corner as well, about 2 laps ago. And ATCUAE, incredible stuff from him. He is definitely, if we're giving a man of the match award, he's going to ATCUAE. He was in 2nd, he dropped down to 8th, he's come back down into 4th, and he's battling for 3rd place. There is the rear view of Romaldo Labori. Actually better, now that we have a rear view, we can get rear views. That's what it looks like. That is what Romaldo Labori sees. Oh, look at the back of his car there as ATCUAE tries to close the gap up on them, and he's got one feisty Beetle there trying to vie him up here, trying to pick his move here. He's going to try on the inside. No, he's not. He's going to try the inside now, trying to get the switch back as he can. Doesn't quite get it. Romaldo Labori uses as much track as possible, maybe uses a bit too much of the track as he does, but there is how close the battle is between himself and ATCUAE 90 as they run. Let's go a bit further back down the order because it's kind of extending now the gap. There is Zolo Vita, who's running in 5th position. Ali SR8 running in 6th position in the sorry, not the Porsche. He's driving in the Toyota. Then it's Sigon 16 in the Porsche, followed by Andre, who's lost a lot of positions in just a couple of corners here. Oh, and he's gone off as well, as does Patrick Batista. Oh, Andre's gone way off there, and Batista does a great job of avoiding him. But Andre, what happened, Andre? You just went, I don't know, it looked like you got too hot in the corners there and got too loose in the grass. That was it. Hopefully Rami, who's watching the chat, can tell us exactly what happened there. But from 8th position down to 11th, and what was once battling for the lead of the race, now dissipating to 11th, now back behind a Beetle. So we'll go back now. It's race leader ATCUAE. Unlucky indeed it is for Andre there, as ATCUAE continues to lead by 2.4 seconds. It's easy sailing for this man here, and it's easy sailing for him. Not so much here for ATCUAE, who's now in 3rd place. Romano Labori has lost 2 positions in just a handful of corners, as championship leaders down into 5th place, now under pressure from Alistair Stewart, who is in 6th position at the moment as they come across the line to complete lap number 7. We're at the halfway stage now. Don't know if I could take much more of this. I might need to lie down again. There's some fantastic racing going on here in the final of the EMSO Summer Series Round 5. As we continue on here, ooh, a little bit of contact there between Ali SR8 and Romano Labori going through the corner there. So back to the racing action here. Looks like a little bit of gap is forming here between the drivers. Romano Labori there now, as we said, in 5th position. Let's go back up to the front of the field where ARC Dive-Bomb is now in 3rd, because ATCUAE 90 has moved up into 2nd position, and ARC Dive-Bomb looking a little bit squirrely through there. Romano Labori has a penalty. Oh, he's got a hefty one as well. That was 2 seconds. Indeed it is. What has Romano Labori done? How has he achieved a 2-second penalty? I've got to ask one of the officials is how has he got a 2-second penalty? There's something that we missed somewhere, but how has he got a 2-second penalty? And the stewards are now going to tell me exactly what happened. Oh, there we go. He went off track, that's why. So I guess he's using... I guess there's the track limits that's coming into play, and that gap's gone down to 1.9 seconds. This might have to be a race to forget for Romano Labori. As you can see in the background there, Sagon 16, excuse me, trying to make an inside move on Ali SR8. As we're about to hit now lap number 8 here. We start it now, and Sagon 16 looks like a flank on the inside note as Ali RS keeps him at bay, which runs a little bit out wide there, uses a little bit of the grass there, puts 2 wheels off as Sagon 16 there is behind him and racing his way through now and into the first sector we go. Once again, let's have a quick look at what ATCUAE is doing. How close is he to the back of ATCUAE? Not close enough. 4.2 seconds between ATCUAE and ATCUAE, and I think this is what the championship rival is looking like right now. That is him right there. ATCUAE is taking the fight straight to Romano Labori. Okay, so the stewards have confirmed to me that they haven't applied anything. It's from the game itself. So due to contact and because of going off track, that's why Romano Labori has that hefty penalty looming over his head. He's lost about 1/10 of a second of it because he slowed down ever so slightly, but he still has 1.9 seconds, which will drop him back behind Ali RSR8 and potentially Sagon as well. Is Sagon? Yes, he is. He is close enough for him to be dropped behind. Oh, he could be even closer because Patrick Di Battista is there as well, and he has a 1/14 of a second penalty looming over his head. So this could be very, very interesting. Let's see how this pans out. Oh, and Sagon 16 is into the wall there. This gives Patrick Di Battista a chance to sneak on the inside. Is he close enough? Not quite. Oh, are we seeing now the tyres are coming into play? Because remember, we had a 5-lap race and then a 7-lap race. We're going for 12 laps. Tyre degradation is going to be an issue because the drivers are going to have to keep an eye on their tyres. And can they do it? Excuse me. Let's see how this pans out. How are drivers keeping their tyres? ATCUAE, I can tell you, he's not got a care in the world at the moment. ATCUAE, he's a corner behind him, 3.7 seconds up the road, not too much to worry about. Cool, calm and collected is the tyre driver right now. ATCUAE, he's applying the pressure, he's a corner behind, but he can see ATCUAE, and that's most important because he can see up ahead what he wants. Then it's the battle here for third place. ARC Dive Bomb, Zolovita, Romano Labori. I'm going to discount for now because he's not technically in this battle. He's a bit further down, because behind him is Ali SR8. He hasn't got a penalty, so he's going to move up into 5th position. Sagon 16 will also move up a position because he is close, although he does have to keep it tidy, because if he goes into a wall again, he's going to lose out even more. There is championship leader. 1.9 seconds looming over his head, and he's got 4 laps to go. That penalty's not going to be 1.9 seconds. That penalty is going to be 2 seconds at the line, and he has to be very, very careful now, because if Sagon 16 gets close, if Ali SR8 gets close, because here comes Sagon 16 actually, he's going around the outside of Ali SR8, excuse me. There he is, very interesting line through the steep bank corner. Is he going to try and get the switch back? No, he's not. And here comes Patrick Di Battista. He smells an opportunity here to be 6th place and bag some points as well for his championship hunt here. As we work our way through, Ali SR8 gains the position back and continues on out in front of not Romano Labori, excuse me, out in front of PDD 654, Patrick Di Battista for now. As we'll race on now, here goes Ali SR8 staying ahead of Sagon 16 for now, but here comes Sagon again. Is he going to get the inside line through the corner? No, he's going to try and flank him on the inside. Is he going to try and do it? No, he can't. Not quite close up, although Ali SR8 does have a very loose line through there. Too late on the brakes, and here comes Patrick Di Battista as well. He wants to have a go at Ali SR8 here. He wants to gain a position. Let's go back to race leader. How's he doing for him? Not a care in the world, 100%. He's perfectly fine. Let's go back to the battle here with Ali SR8 and now Sagon 16. Who's that? There's someone else in the mix too. That's practically because I am Mohammed Saber is here as well. He wants some points here for his championship bid as well. He's now in 9th place and he's applying the pressure to PDD 654. And I can tell you, Patrick actually had a penalty limit over his head. That penalty is dissipated and now he is in the running. But can these drivers catch up? Sagon 16 looks once again on the inside. Ooh, a little bit of tap there to Ali S, telling him, hey, look, mate, Alistair, I'm here, let me through. Maybe not the best way to do it. Oh, they lean on each other again. Oh, you don't want to do that too close, boys. Someone might spin out. Oh, they keep off it. Well done there. Sagon 16 did a fantastic job not to spin Ali SR8 off, and they kept it nice and clean for now. But I can imagine the stewards are definitely going to be looking at that, so we might have to keep the stream open for a little bit longer to discuss what has happened throughout this race. 3 laps to go, at the line. Well, better yet, it's 2.5 laps to go, as race leader ATCUAE here looking to make it the perfect weekend here for the tyre driver. Can he make it 3 for 3? It's certainly looking that way. He hasn't put a foot wrong at all this weekend. A phenomenal job. Hats off to you, ATCUAE. It's been a fantastic run so far. ATCUAE 90. It's been hit and miss for you, but you've done what you need to do. You've been consistent, and you're running in 2nd place. You dropped down to 8th. You went back up to 4th. Then you're now into 2nd place, doing a phenomenal job. ATCUAE is doing. ARC Dive Bomb. He's got that penalty looming over his head, but he's ahead enough of Zolovita. Yes, he is. 1.3 seconds is the gap. Has Sagon made a move? Yes, he has. Thank you for pointing that out, but you could just see that out in the background. There is Sagon 16. What's happened to Ali S? Ali S has dropped down the order. Indeed, he has. Where has Ali SR8 gone? He's down in 10th place at the moment. So, was he pushed? That is a question that needs to be answered. Was he pushed out wide, or did he just succumb to the pressure of Sagon 16? Now, there he is. We can't tell you from the paint damage, because everyone's car is beaten and banged here this weekend. But it does... I can't say anything because we didn't see the action. Ahmed saw it in the distance there, but we couldn't quite catch what happened to Ali S. So we'll have to find out later on. Andre's climbing his way back up the order. Remember, he was off track a couple of laps ago. He was all over the place. Now he's clawing his way back up, but he does have a penalty looming over his head, about 0.7 of a second over his head, but not in contention here to bag a lot of points. But there are a lot of points on offer for him, because Romano Labori still has 1.8 seconds looming over his head. Mega Shark says Ericsson hit him. Do you think that's the case? Do you think someone hit Ali S? Is that why he dropped back? I guess we'll have to find out. As Romano Labori, championship leader, he's not going to bag as many points as he'd like here. He's staying in 5th. for now, but he is at least 4 seconds ahead of his closest rival, so he will bag 4th position points as our race leader is working his way through the final corner for the penultimate time. Now across the line to start the final lap of the race. What can we say about ATCUAE? It's been a flawless run for the tyre driver. It's also been, it's been a roller coaster ride for ATCUAE 90, but it's been more of a roller coaster ride so far for this man here. Romain Labori with a 1.8 second penalty looming over his head. Oh, and he's getting close to Zolo Vita as well. What's happening with the... Oh, and ARC Divebom's got a 5.4 second penalty. What has ARC Divebom done? He's thrown this race out the window. What on earth has happened to ARC Divebom? Running in 3rd, he was leading, he got pole position, he did a very good job of staying in the top 3, and now out of nowhere, he's been handed a massive time penalty. What has he done? I can't even imagine what he's done to deserve that. Going off track potentially. I don't think he's had contact with anyone. He certainly hasn't caused any accidents. That's for sure. But what he's done to deserve that massive penalty, I have no clue. I can't even tell you. I can't even think of what he could have done. But that's the way it goes, and for ATCUAE it's pretty much been flawless, so let's stay with him. You know what, can we ride on his bumper? No, we can't, because the game for some reason doesn't like me when I do these modes, and now it's going a bit all over the place. Let's go back with ATCUAE. Let's watch him through the final 2 corners. I think you're right. I think you might be right about that, Ahmed. As through the final corner comes ATCUAE. A perfect weekend here for the tyre driver. Through the final corner, 3 for 3. Quarter-final, semi-final, and you can add the final to the list. ATCUAE is round 5's winner this weekend, and one of the newest winners in the championship. Well done to ATCUAE. That was a phenomenal drive. ARC Divebom's across the line in 3rd provisionally, but I don't think he will be. Ooh, Romain Labori across the line there. He pretty much stops from... Oh, ARC Divebom finishes in 6th place, although 3rd at the line. Zolo Vita in the BMW M6 rounds out the podium finishing positions, with ARC Divebom tumbling down to 6th place. Romain Labori finishes in 4th, Sagon 16 in 5th. There you can see where the penalties were applied. So Romain Labori was very smart there at the line. He basically broke before going across the line to ensure that he doesn't get maximum penalty and gets rid of all of it. Very smart move there, but this was the man. ATCUAE, what a race it was for the tyre driver. Oh, there you go. Alistair Stewart there confirms what happened to him. So lap 9, he was dive-bombed and T-boned 7th to 10th. Unfortunately, that's what happens. Well, Alistair, I'm pretty sure the drivers will be looking out for it. Gilles Segret there. Well done, ATCUAE, indeed. Only 13 years old. What an impressive drive from that young man there. Beautifully driven. Almost lights to average, because I think he started in 3rd, but a clean race on the legs. Well done, ATCUAE. Fantastic drive and a fantastic final race as always. Once again, thank you so much for joining us here. Yeah, Ahmed, when we do there, the penalty system is bizarre. There were so many line infringements in the semi-final that many people should have been penalised, so they just weren't. But that's the penalty system in the game, and that's how it works. But for those of you that are still with us here, thank you very much for joining us. Oh, apologies, Gilles. I didn't realise he was French. He's got a Thai flag though next to his name, so he's French, not Thai. My apologies there. Anyway, thank you for joining us here for the EMSO Summer Series Round 5. We will have the 6th and final round in 2 weeks' time in September 4th, where we'll be crowning a champion. Who will it be? Will it be Romain Labori, or will it be somebody else? Well, you're going to have to wait and find out. If you want to see more about the championship and learn more about it, head on over to the EMSO's website. That's emso.ae. If you want to learn more on social media, Instagram and Facebook is where it's at. Of course, it's EMSO as well. You can stay up to date, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening and a fantastic weekend. Thank you, and good night.